This is Boston Bruins hockey, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V, available at your local New England Honda dealers. Bruins are brought to you by VA New England, Granite City Electric GCE Nitrate, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Coors Banquet, your New England Ford dealers, Live Nation, Peerless Boilers, Safety Insurance, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over. The Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
And by Town Fair Tire, TD Bank, your Boston area Nissan dealers, Charles D. Sheehy, Ticketmaster, Dairy Queen, Bosch Tools, Hub International New England, McGovern Auto Group, Timberline Construction, the Peterson School, your Eastern Region Lexus dealers, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
From Madison Square Garden in New York, it's Boston Bruins hockey, as tonight, for the second time in less than a week, it's an original 6 matchup. The Bruins taking on the New York Rangers. Great to have you with us. Alongside Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. Bruins make the trip to New York, having won 2 in a row on home ice. On Saturday, they beat these Rangers 6-3, and then last night it was a 3-0 shutout over Minnesota. The question remains whether the Bruins can continue to build on that momentum as they head into the 2-week break for the Four Nations tournament after Saturday. Last night, after they fended off a strong Minnesota push early in the game, the Bruins built themselves a 2-0 lead, added a late goal to seal the win, and Coach Joe Sacco liked the way his team approached last night's game.
It was a really good all-around effort from our guys tonight. I thought, start to finish. Maybe the first 6, 7, 8 minutes, not quite the start we wanted, but no, I think it was a good showing by our guys. They played determined hockey tonight. They were focused. Digging in the third period like we did with those kills that we had. So it was good. Good on the group there. I thought they played well tonight.
Yeah, I think a good game all around for the Bruins in that one. Maybe not quite the start that they wanted. They got outshot 5-zip, early on in that game. You knew that they were going to come out hard and fast, Minnesota, especially after the way they lost in Ottawa the game prior. But the Bruins stuck with it. They got some good saves early, some big saves early from Jeremy Swayman, kept the game scoreless, allowed the Bruins to kind of find their footing and get their legs under them, and they played a good hockey game. It was it's not perfect, never is, right? But they did a lot of the things that they're looking to do in terms of moving forward. Even when they got stuck out there on some longer shifts, they kept things to the outside. They didn't give up the middle all that much. And when they did, Swayman was dialed in. He's had a couple shutouts this season. That was as good as I've seen him look, whether it was rebound control or just positioning. And then, the save he made on Boldy in the second period, right? With the glove hand moving from right to left, and Boldy, he hammered that shot. It was a one-timer. He was left open. And, Swayman stopped Boldy a couple times in that game, and it was... that gives the bench just a massive lift when stuff like that happens. You see those saves, you know that your goaltender's dialed in. You want to make sure you get the job done at the other end of the ice.
Well, last night, the 6th shutout overall this season for the Bruins. It included killing off 4 wild power play chances in that game. And Brandon Carlo spoke after the game about their defensive approach against the Wild.
Just trying to take away time and space as best as possible. I felt like we did a much better job tonight on the rushes, not allowing them to set up in the zone as easily. So from there, just kind of holding the line a little bit better, and then in zone, making good reads to pressure when possible, and getting our clears down 200 feet is obviously a priority.
Yeah, it's, solid game in a lot of different areas for the Bruins, and team defense and the way that they defended, the way they killed penalties. Was pretty solid. They did the things that they needed to. That's the type of game. Even though they didn't score on the power play, take it a step further. The power play was decent. It had some good chances, had some good looks, some opportunities that Fleury made saves on. But defensively, you really like the way that they killed, especially in that third period. That's when the game's on the line. You're protecting a 2-0 lead. You take a couple of penalties, strange ones. Especially one of them. But you're able to kill those penalties and do it the right way.
For Jeremy Swayman, it was a 36-save performance for his 3rd shutout of the season. He credited the players in front of him for helping to make his night a lot easier.
It's just important, building my own game and knowing that I'm helping this team win games every time I get a chance to be in the net. That's my job, and every shutout is an individual effort. It takes a whole team in front of me to do their job, and that's what they did tonight, blocking shots, making sure they're clearing rebounds, and it was a really great team effort for us to build on.
Yeah, I mean, most goalies are going to do that, right? They'll give the team in front of them a lot of credit, and they deserve it. But at the same time, Swayman was locked in. There's no question. You go early in that game, a couple of saves he made early when Minnesota was pushing right off the drop of the puck, and he just calms everything down. And I'm actually a little surprised he's not going here today. It's going to be Korpisalo starting in net for the Bruins. Cole Kepi, by the way, draws back in. I believe it's Oliver Wahlstrom that's out of the lineup. We'll clarify that or confirm that here shortly. But I thought that they might go right back to Swayman here today. I asked you the question yesterday during the game.
Yeah.
Do they go to Swayman? Depending on how the night went against Minnesota, do they go with Swayman again back to back, which he did all through his entire college career, and he did it in the American Hockey League. So it's not. I don't think it's overtaxing him. And then you got a game on Saturday. You get 2 days off before the next game. So I am a little surprised that they're not going back to him, given the way that he played in that game yesterday, and the short schedule here leading into the break.
Yeah, I thought they might as well. Meanwhile, one of the bright spots here over the course of the last couple of games has been Matt Poitras. 2 assists last night, giving him 4 assists over the last 2 games. 7 points now in 10 games since he was recalled from Providence. And Joe Sacco said Poitras' game has continued to improve.
I like his compete level. I think that they had that one tough shift there in the second period. They got caught out there for a couple minutes in their end, but Matty's persistent. He's on the puck. He wants the puck. He wants to make a difference when he has it, and that's what I like about his game. Besides the fact that he's collecting some points, he's competitive, and he's digging in.
Well, they need it. They need a little jolt up front, from some of the younger forwards. Guys that you're looking to pop, draft picks that have spent some time in the American Hockey League, and we talked about it when he got called back up, that you want him to be up for good now. You don't want him to be a yo-yo. I mean, that really messes with a guy's mind, especially as a young kid, and you expect to be in the NHL, and then all of a sudden you're in Providence, you back up. And it's tough to accept at first, but if you go down with the right attitude, which it seems like, maybe not at first, but it seems like he eventually got that good attitude down in Providence and played extremely well down there. You grow your game, you play more minutes, you're better suited when you come back up, whether it's condition-wise or just being able to handle some of the workload that you have. Yeah, he got caught on a long shift. He wasn't the only one. There were a few guys. I mean, Sidorov's shift was over 3 minutes in that second period. That shift that Joe Sacco was talking about, but he's made an impact the last couple of games. I thought that his game had drifted a bit, and we asked Joe Sacco prior 2 games ago, prior to that game, where's his game at? And then he popped with 2 assists on Pasternak's goals, had 2 more assists yesterday. So I think it's more impactful offensively, but he's involved in a lot of different areas. He's not afraid. He's not a big guy, but he's not afraid. He gets involved. He goes to the corners. He goes to the front of the net. That part of it's all good, but I just think in terms of making plays and having a positive impact on the game, for whatever line he's going to play on, that drifted a little bit for him for a few games. It seems to be back now.
Tonight's storylines brought to you by your Boston area Chevrolet dealers. Get a closer look at Chevy's award-winning lineup at your New England Chevy dealers. Find exciting offers, too, on the powerful Silverado and feature-packed all-new Equinox. Coming up here on the pregame show, we'll go around the NHL, including the Canadiens with a much-needed win.
Armia shot scores! Back-to-back games, and it's Armia with a shorthanded goal.
We'll hear more from Joe Sacco about tonight's matchup.
There was a lot of good things moving along in the offensive zone. I think that was the thing that I liked best about our game.
And up next, we'll take a closer look at the New York Rangers.
Advantage after Keandre Miller shoots. He scores! Another tenacious shift.
That's all on the way here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club, politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize, and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. all while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
Since 1873, Coors Banquet has been brewed only in Golden, Colorado, where the Rocky Mountains touch the sky and icy spring waters carve its legend. Each sip echoes of generations past. Coors Banquet, enjoyed by rock stars, smugglers, cowboys, and presidents. That's our legacy. What's yours? Coors Banquet. Start your legacy.
The new year brings new adventures. Make sure your vehicle is ready to take on this exciting new chapter with Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They'll complete your stay-in-your-car oil change in about 15 minutes. Plus, no appointment is ever needed. Don't spend hours at the dealership. Use that extra time to work on your New Year's resolutions. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com to save 15% off your next visit and find your nearest location. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of the road ahead.
Hi, this is Trent Frederick, and I'm excited to team up with the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families this year. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season to help score a goal, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors initiative will donate funds to end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive. Locally, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation will be enabling a donation of $100 every time we feed the puck for a goal to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger up to $50,000. To learn more about Feeding the Puck for Families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.9% APR on a 2025 Civic or a 3.9% APR on a 2025 Accord or HR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
10 seconds on the clock as the Ranger fans rise. They score 3 goals in the third period. Down to 2 seconds, one, and Jonathan Quick has career win number 400.
Back here at Madison Square Garden, Bruins and Rangers coming up. And when the Bruins beat the Rangers on Saturday, it spoiled the re-debut of JT Miller back with New York after being acquired in a trade from Vancouver the night before. But Miller has made a quick impact, scoring 2 goals against the Bruins, then assisting on 2 goals in New York's 4-2 win over Vegas on Sunday. Peter Laviolette certainly happy with Miller's impact so far.
Yeah, he was good. We were looking for some pop going out there in the second period, and he got into, he drove it to the net and just got into some scuffles and just mixed it up, and we needed more of that. We needed to get involved in the game. And then it continued on, and physicality started to show, and Will had the big hit, and so there was some good life, but sometimes you got to get dragged in there a little bit, and I think he's really good at that. He's been a real positive impact for us since he's gotten here. I know it's early, but that's exactly what we were looking for, exactly what we needed.
Yeah, no one knows what happened behind closed doors in Vancouver. There's a lot of speculation out there, but no question he's a guy that can draw his team into the fight, JT Miller. And he's also capable of putting up some points. He's not afraid to drop the gloves and get involved physically. Although it's not his game, it's not what he does all the time, but he'll draw his team into the fight with a hit, with a play, with a scuffle, with a, we were talking about that when the Bruins played the Buffalo Sabres. Like, where was that? It was kind of missing from the Bruins lineup in that game. And of course, you're missing 3 defensemen in that game. Kastelic wasn't playing. There's certain players that have the ability to pull their team into the fight, and with just their play. It's not words. It's what they do. It's actions. And when the team sees it, and you just get a little bit of a jolt, and all of a sudden now you're in a game. And sometimes when that's missing, it's really evident. When you're looking for something like that, you're looking for some kind of spark, and it's not there. Like a Buffalo game, it was glaring. So I think JT Miller has that. He's got that competitiveness, and he'll only be valuable for this team as long as the things that go on behind closed doors, again, that we don't know, we're not privy to, are not something that disrupts this locker room.
Well, he's been here before and now returning. Miller says despite the early success, he's still getting to know the guys in the room now.
No, fortunately, we're just playing hockey, and I spent the last, my first 2 days basically at the rink the whole time. So, trying to learn on the fly at the rink right now. But everybody's been really helpful. The coaches have been awesome with filling me in, and also just kind of let me play a little bit, which is it's fun trying to learn the new guys' tendencies.
Yeah, I mean, you know, your first game, you're running on adrenaline, right? He came from Dallas. He got in early in the morning. It was an afternoon game. You know, he scores the 2 goals. The first one was a bit of a gift, but he scores the 2 goals. And, you know, he's still getting used to line mates, still getting used to teammates, you're getting used to systems. Once it starts to wear off, right, they played back-to-back games. You played against the Bruins, then you played against Vegas the next day, and they won against Vegas. Now, all of a sudden, you get a couple days off, you get a practice or 2 under your belt, you kind of settle in a little bit, you know, in the city, even though he's been here before. You know, it's still new again for him. And, you know, once that novelty kind of starts to wear off and the adrenaline rush starts to wear off, then where are you? I think it's probably still there for him because it's still very early, and this is a playoff push for the New York Rangers, and they've got a big hill to climb. You know, there's teams in front of them, there's teams that are playing well in front of them that have more points and games in hand and things like that. So same with the Bruins. That's why this game today, again, playoff intensity. That's what both teams are looking for. That's what both teams brought at the TD Garden the last time they met. Fortunately, the Bruins came out on top, and that's going to be a big challenge here today.
And a challenge on the back end for the Rangers. They lost Adam Edstrom up front on Saturday. He's going to be out for 2.5 to 3.5 months, placed on IR today. And now on the back end, Urho Vakanainen is out with an illness tonight. Former UMass Minuteman Zach Jones will replace him. It'll be his first game action since before Christmas. We're going to check in the Sports Hub headlines with Joe Murray coming up next, and then we'll be back to go around the NHL on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile and get fiber-powered internet at home and unbeatable 5G reliability on the go. So whether you're playing a game at home, yes, cool, or attending one live, you can do more without spending more. Learn how to save at cox.com/internet. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. 2H 2023. Results may vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
Hey, what's up, it's Owen? If you're a plumber, a pipe fitter, if you're in the piping trades, then you got to call my friends at Charles D. Sheehy. CDS is proud to work with the region's best life science, biotech, and pharma contractors to help them deliver their projects on time within budget. Make CDS your choice for pipe, valves, and fittings. Call them today.
Moving your home or business? Avoid the headache, time, and uncertainty of hiring just any mover. Do what I did and choose DN Van Lines. Online at dnvanlines.com.
Xfinity here. How can we help?
Hi. My daughter invited her entire class to her birthday party. Can my Wi-Fi handle it?
Oh, well, at Xfinity, our latest gateways have tri-band Wi-Fi technology, letting you connect hundreds of devices at once.
No way. So if all the kids are watching stuff on their phones, while their parents are sharing videos online.
Yep, go ahead and watch videos. They can all do their thing and party their way. No problem.
Oh, we are gonna need a bigger cake.
Now through March 21st, get fast, reliable 300 megabit Xfinity internet with unlimited data included and an unlimited mobile line for just $30 a month for 1 year. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless plan and auto-pay stored bank account. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Xfinity internet required. Reduce mobile speeds after use of monthly data included with your data option. Data thresholds and actual internet speeds vary.
Hey, it's Maz. At Rodenizer Home Services, their remodel team of expert carpenters, painters, plumbers, and electricians will work together to transform your kitchen, bathroom, or basement. Schedule a free consultation today at rodenizer.com/remodel. Nice people, great service since 1928.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines.
All right, the NBA trade deadline is tomorrow. Celtics made a move, sending Jaden Springer to Houston for a future second-round pick. Celtics will take on Dallas tomorrow. Headlines, they are brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. I'm Joe Murray. Ryan and Bob, they'll take you around the NHL next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
We could tell you what it's like to drive the Nissan Rogue and tell you all about its performance capabilities, like its VC turbo engine. It's I can go virtually anywhere type of freedom. Nice. But you don't have to take our word for it. Go drive it for yourself. You're up. Experience the power of the Nissan Rogue.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on Rogue. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. For well-qualified buyers, 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on new 2025 Rogue and dealer stock. Example, 0 down payment. 60 months financing at $17.92 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to residency restrictions and NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 3/3/2025.
The Son of Baconator is only $3 for a limited time. I don't think you understand. The Son of Baconator, $3. Thank you to whoever wished upon that star. For bacon that just won't quit, gotta be Wendy's.
U.S. price participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Not valid in a combo or in third-party delivery platform.
If you need tires, think Town Fair Tire. Thinking name brands? We have them all. Thinking price? We beat the competitors. Free services? We have those too. For the guaranteed lowest price, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire. The Peterson School has been a leader in teaching the trade since 1946 and is now enrolling for their spring semester in Woburn, Westwood, Worcester, and Haverhill. Visit petersonschool.com to learn more. The Peterson School. They teach the trades.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CRV. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2025 Pilot or a 2.9% APR on a 2025 Ridgeline or CRV.
See dealer for financing details.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Bruins and Rangers coming up. A quick check around the NHL because there's just 2 games on the schedule tonight other than this one. The Oilers are in Chicago to take on the Blackhawks. Edmonton coming off an overtime win last night in St. Louis.
McDavid, he'll go right to the net across. Scores! Connor Brown gets the pass on the left wing and wins the game in overtime for the Oilers.
Yeah, that pass was from McDavid. McDavid with 3 points in that game. Draisaitl with a couple of points. Edmonton keeps it rolling. And they'll face the Blackhawks today, who really struggled. Interesting to see what they will do. They already made the one move with Taylor Hall going to Carolina, but interested to see what they will do moving forward here.
Just 4 wins in their last 19.
Seth Jones being talked about a lot.
Right. Montreal visits L.A. tonight, coming off a 4-3 win in San Jose last night for the Canadiens.
Avs working up the wing. Podorowski can't hold it. Potential 2-on-1. Here goes Evans with Armia. Armia shot, scores! Back-to-back games. And it's Armia with a shorthanded goal.
Even with that win, Canadians still 5 points out of a possible playoff spot. That's our look around the NHL. Joe Sacco joins us next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CRV. It's your local Honda dealer.
Hi, this is Boston goalie Jeremy Swayman. This season, for every save I make, my friends at McGovern Auto Group will generously donate $25 to the Boys and Girls Club of Boston. With over 30 locations, 26 brands, and 7,000 vehicles in stock, McGovern Auto Group is sure to have the vehicle you're looking for at the price that fits your budget. Find your perfect car today at McGovernAuto.com.
Have damaged pipes at your home or office? Don't dig it. Line it with a lining solution from Drains by James. DrainsByJames.com.
Drains by James. They give a poop about your pipes.
Want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks Vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
For over 27 years, New England has been winning big with Intrasystems, your power play partner for IT solutions. Intrasystems proudly teams up with Barracuda Networks to bring you the ultimate XDR solution. Just like a goalie in net, Barracuda's XDR platform keeps your network secure, stopping cyber threats in their tracks. Don't let your data get body checked. Trust Intrasystems to defend your business. Whether you're a small startup or a seasoned veteran, Intrasystems has the playbook to keep you in the game. Access, security, trust. Intrasystems.com.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Our pregame interview with Joe Sacco is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. We'll help you manage life's storms.
All right, Joe, as you get set to take on the Rangers here today, quick turnaround, obviously. Does back-to-back games and kind of where the schedule is right now, does it change anything that you do coaching-wise, how you utilize your players and time-wise and minutes-wise?
I think you just have to manage the game, especially early on, getting everybody involved right off the bat, making sure that guys are getting their legs under them. You don't want anybody to sit too long. What happens after that is basically, you just go with your instincts after that, right? Like whoever's going is going to start playing again, and you're not managing minutes as much, but you are conscious, you are aware of the situation that's back-to-back, and you want to make sure you get everybody involved, like I said early on.
You talked about a good start yesterday. You're trying to have a good start yesterday. Your goaltender was good early on, obviously. Once you got your legs under you, what did you like most about the way your team played?
I like the way that we built our game, especially offensively. I thought that we managed the puck really well. We started to really play behind and get into the forecheck and develop some offensive zone time. We did a good job of controlling the territory, and we were just smart about the way we played. When there wasn't a play, we didn't force it into the areas of the ice typically where you might get yourself in trouble. We weren't afraid to use the back of the net. We had our D active down the walls. We had good third forward support in the offensive zone, which allowed that to happen. So there was a lot of good things moving along in the offensive zone. I think that was the thing that I liked best about our game.
There was a shift. There was a couple shifts in the second period. There was one in particular where you guys got stuck in your own zone. Mm-hmm. Nothing came of it. I think it was Peak and Zadorov, and it was, I think, Poitras line. Mm-hmm. But I know you don't want to have that happen, but sometimes it does. What did you like about the way that they actually defended there?
Well, for the most part, they kept things to the outside. It's that old, bend, don't break mindset, right? You're going to give something up there. You've been out there for I think they're out there for almost 2 minutes, maybe, something like that. I can't remember. No, I just think when you get into that situation, you really have to make sure that you're just protecting the inside of the ice. Try not to give up any high danger chances. Let the shots come from the outside. Give your goaltender a chance to maybe see it, tie it up so we can get some bodies out there. But you're going to have shifts like that once in a while, and when you do, it's really important that you just stay tight as five.
Charlie McAvoy's got goals in back-to-back games. Aside from the goals, he gets back after missing a handful of games. Okay, the first game. Fair to say that the last 2 games very impactful?
Very. I mean, you can just see the impact that he has on our team, right? Not only offensively because he scored a couple of goals, but breaking out pucks, the way he plays in the defensive zone, the physicality in his game. I mean, last night he broke some pucks out under pressure that were really difficult plays to make. He's got a guy on his back. He's able to physically shake him off, make a tape-to-tape pass, and that helps us come out of our zone a lot cleaner. And that's something that, we struggle with at times, is coming out clean under pressure. That execution part, he can really help us in that area. So not only offensively, but just his all-around game it's just a huge boost for our back end.
You had a nice win against the Rangers a couple games ago. What do you take out of that game and try to apply it here today?
It's a team that you don't want to lick it on the attack too much, the Rangers, I think. Again, I go back to it sounds a little bit repetitive, but the longer we can make them defend, get them into a three-quarter ice game where they're caught in their end a little bit longer, and now they're looking to change when they get the puck out, we can get back in on the attack. That's going to lessen their chances of getting on the attack the other way against us, because they're a good team off the rush. You give 10, you give 93, you got 8 there now, Miller. You give these guys opportunities off their rush. Eventually, they're going to make some plays. So the longer we can, like I said, make them defend and not let them get on the attack as much.
Last question for you, just on Shesterkin, right? He's had a kind of a resurgence, but you guys got to him the other day. Is there anything that you kind of see in his game that you try to attack or something you try to exploit?
No, not really. I think like with any good goaltender, like last night with Fleury, I think one of the keys is if you can get that guy anchored in front of the net as much as possible, it takes away their ability not only to see the puck, but it takes away their ability to get out and challenge more. And with Fleury last night, he comes out, he's so aggressive sometimes. He cuts down your angle. So if you can get a forward anchored in front of him, now we can't get out there. And that's the same mindset we have to have tonight with this guy. He's a really good goalie, obviously one of the better ones in the league. I mean, if he sees a lot of the shots, it's going to be difficult, especially if he's coming out and challenging. So it's going to be our job to make sure that, we anchor someone in front of that net and make it more difficult for him.
Appreciate it, Joe. Good luck later tonight.
Okay, thanks.
That's Coach Joe Sacco. Bruins Rangers are next.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston 98.5 The Sports Hub. An Easy Media Group station.
And the officials are going to let him drop it back into play and let the horn sound on a 3-0 shutout of the Minnesota Wild. Last night, the Bruins followed up a strong performance over the weekend with a shutout of the Wild. And Brandon Carlo knows the importance of every game as they prepare for the Four Nations break.
I think we're looking at this segment, before the break as kind of like a mini playoff series for ourselves. We're challenging ourselves in a different way, trying to play more of a playoff-style hockey because we're in that boat right now.
With back-to-back wins and 2 to go before the break, the Bruins look to bring that playoff energy to New York. It's the Bruins and the Rangers coming up next.
Boston Bruins hockey is driven by the stylish Honda Accord, available at your local New England Honda dealers.
Cross to Esposito, a shot.
Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime. David Pasternak wins the series for the Bruins. The rebound to Trent Frederick. And the Bruins are back in front by 2.
The Bruins are brought to you by VA New England, Granite City Electric GCE Nitrate, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Coors Banquet, your New England Ford dealers, Live Nation, Safety Insurance, Peerless Boilers, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
Backhand into St. Thomas. Swayman made a great stop at the far post.
And by Town Fair Tire, TD Bank, your Boston area Nissan dealers, Charles D. Sheehy, Ticketmaster, Dairy Queen, McGovern Auto Group, Hub International New England, Timberline Construction, the Peterson School, your Eastern Region Lexus dealers, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Back to Orr. Put in. His 100th backhand score on a penalty shot for Raymond Bourne.
David Pasternak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1. Bergeron! And the Bruins win the series!
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
Bruins and Rangers getting ready to wrap up their season series. How do the Bruins get their 3rd win in a row?
Sense of urgency, right? They've had it the last couple of games. They've raised it. Much better than what they had maybe last week when they lost a couple of games, and especially the way that they lost those games against Buffalo and Winnipeg. They've raised that sense of urgency, and they're going to need it again here today against a team that's well rested and waiting for them.
And a desperate team that needs points in the standings. Keys to the game brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Opening face-off coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile and get fiber-powered internet at home and unbeatable 5G reliability on the go. So whether you're playing a game at home, yes, cool, or attending one live, you can do more without spending more. Learn how to save at cox.com/internet. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. 2H 2023. Results may vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
Mom, what happens at the end of Goldilocks?
Well, the bears were too nice to kick Goldilocks out, but they wanted her to find her own place. So they told her about Redfin.
But I thought...
Redfin updates its listings every 2 minutes and gives personalized recommendations. So Goldilocks found something that was just right for her.
And lived happily ever after?
Yep, in a cute house by the beach, with no bears.
Download the Redfin app to get started. Equal Housing Opportunity, CADRE, number 01521930.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Trax.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV. Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues.
Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
Waiting for your electrical supplies during the day or sitting in traffic is for the birds. Use the GCE Night Train from Granite City Electric and get access to over $50 million in local inventory with a free guaranteed overnight delivery of your electrical supplies anywhere in New England. So avoid wasting time waiting in line and sitting in traffic. Order by 5 p.m. and you'll have your materials the next morning by 6 a.m. guaranteed. Visit GCENightTrain.com to get on board the GCE Night Train today. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets right glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
Getting set for the opening face-off between the Rangers and the Bruins. We take a look at our starting lineups here tonight. In goal for the Rangers is Igor Shesterkin. On defense, the pairing of Ryan Lindgren and Adam Fox. And up front, newly acquired JT Miller, Artemi Panarin, and Mika Zibanejad. For the Bruins, it's Jonas Korpisalo going in goal. Charlie McAvoy and Mason Lohrei, your defensemen. Up front, Charlie Coyle, Elias Lindholm, and Brad Marchand. The starting lineups are brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SportsHub. That's code SportsHub for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
First 5 minutes of tonight's game presented by your New England Ford dealers. Tonight's New England Ford dealers' first 5 contestant of the game is Ralph Saccone of Medford, Mass. If the Bruins score in the first 5 minutes, Ralph will win a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. Enter the contest at 985thesporthub.com. Bruins will go from left to right here in the first period, wearing the road white sweaters, white helmets, black pants. Rangers in blue helmets and sweaters with red pants. And we are underway from Madison Square Garden. Face-off controlled by New York. And Aaron rifled one toward Miller at the Bruins line, forced backward. It'll be Lindgren passing it off to the far side, and Miller will play it deep. McAvoy comes back behind Jonas Korpisalo, spins it back toward the far side wall. Marchand pulled it free, handed off to Mason Lohrei under some pressure. Lohrei pivots back toward the corner, sends a long pass up the left side. Charlie Coyle gives it to Marchand, and into the zone they go. Lindholm goes around behind the net. Lindgren got tripped up by his goaltender and took Lindholm with him.
Yep, he's going to get a tripping penalty.
As the Rangers touch the puck, the whistle comes just 41 seconds into this first period. Bruins will go to the power play.
Yeah, Ryan Lindgren ends up tripping up Lindholm. Lindholm had a chance to shoot that puck, ended up holding on to it, tried to go around the net. And yes, Ryan Lindgren tripped over the left pad of Shesterkin as he came out to cut down the angle, but then he ended up taking down Lindholm. I don't like the early power plays. I hope I'm wrong. You know, you're not into the game yet. You got guys who are going to be sitting on the bench now for a few minutes. You love to get everybody in the first 2 minutes of the game.
Right.
But
well, depends on
play the hand you dealt.
Depends on whether you score on it or not, or build some momentum, I guess. As off the face-off, the Rangers able to clear the zone. Pasternak trying to get it back in, but it's batted back toward the red line. McAvoy will drop it back. Brought ahead by Zacha. Lindholm just inside the zone, offside as he tried to deal it for Pasternak. So they'll face it off in the neutral ice. 19 seconds already gone on this power play chance.
Yeah, you're just not into the game yet. You're not into the flow of it. You don't, have your legs under you. They said you're going to have guys sitting on the bench now for a few minutes. They want to get in right away, get ahead if you're, a fourth liner.
Off the face-off.
It's easier to kill.
Right.
That's it. And I say that, at the beginning of periods all the time.
Here's Smith coming into the Boston zone. Tried to pivot away from McAvoy, lost his head. Crowd looking for a penalty, but didn't see one there as Lindholm.
Not when you fall down.
Dealt it to Pasternak, and deep it goes. Shesterkin tried to stop it. Instead, it tipped into the corner. Marchand takes it and deals it back toward McAvoy, but that was picked off by Kreider, and ahead comes Zibanejad down the right wing side for New York. Crossing pass, got all the way through to the left circle, and Fox gets a shot on Korpisalo, who makes his first save.
How's that power play look so far?
Not off to the best of starts. Seconds in, they'll bring out the second unit.
It's a good save by Korpisalo, right? He squared up nicely there on Fox. You've got Kreider hanging around the front of the net. That was 3 men in the rush. Bruins were back on the first two, but that left Fox open on the shot.
Boston went 2 for 4 against the Rangers or 2 for 3 rather, against the Rangers on Saturday. It's the third time this year they had scored more than one power play goal in a game. Boyle takes the faceoff in the Boston zone, and the Bruins have control. Lohrei will skate it out toward his own blue line. Pass ahead to Coyle. Coyle carries into the Rangers zone under pressure. Gave into the corner for Poitras. Wrapped around the far side. Geekie backhands it free. Coyle to Lohrei, and his pass broken up and tipped out of the zone by Zibanejad. Poitras back near his own blue line. Turns back up ice. Carries in across the Ranger line. Sweeps it around Fox. Waiting for it far boards was Geekie. Geekie skates it down the wall toward the far corner. Brazo at the back of the net, trying to swivel it out in front, taken away by K'Andre Miller, and down the ice it goes. 30 seconds left on the man advantage. As Lohrei will start it up again. Through the neutral ice, pass bounced away from Geekie and spun back down the ice by Schneider. Korpisalo handing one off in front of the net this time to Lohrei. Lohrei drops one off coming through neutral ice to Pasternak. Pass off to the left side. Was looking for Beecher. Instead found Koepke. Would have been offside. Power play about to end. Here's the Bruins cycle it back through the neutral zone. Dumped in by Peak. Trent Frederick to it in the far corner. Sent it behind the net. Tapped away from Koepke. K'Andre Miller will play it behind the Ranger net. Schneider's got it. Rink wide pass finds Lindgren coming up the left side. He drives one in all the way around to the far boards. Now Panarin spun off it against Koepke. Puck will come to Peak in the near corner of the Bruins zone, and he sends an outlet pass through the neutral ice. Missed Koepke, and that's an icing against Boston. With 3:11 gone in this first period.
Yeah, we'll see if that, just get everybody involved here early. It's not a... I mean, you'd love to have a power play. It's not the ideal situation to have one, and you're just not ready to go yet. And people say, why? It's your job to be ready to go. It's just, you're not into the game yet.
Beecher will take a face-off in the defensive zone here. Off the draw, quick shot goes wide of Korpisalo. Off the near boards, it'll come back toward Lindgren at the blue line. On the near wall, Trent Frederick trying to win it from VC, who's back in the lineup along the near side boards. Battle out of the corner. Rempe spun it behind the net. Zadorov there for the Bruins. Chopped away from him by Brodzinski and sent back in behind the Bruins net. Here's Rempe getting back to the point. Lindgren with a shot. Glove stop. Korpisalo hangs to it for a whistle.
Yeah, Peak was able to keep the front of the net clean and clear for Korpisalo to see that shot.
Korpisalo played last in the game against Winnipeg. Gave up 5 goals on 26 shots in that one. Getting the start here in the back end of the back-to-back. Bruins, by the way, have had good success in this situation this year. They are 5-0-1 in the second game when they play on back-to-back days. Lindgren, center of the blue line here for the Rangers. Dealt one off to the left side. Panarin's one-timer and a stick save by Korpisalo. Lindholm trying to push it back in the direction of Callahan. Had it taken away. Panarin sends one across ice. Stepping in. Fox in front. JT Miller redirecting that one.
He was there for him.
Digging out of the near corner.
2 turnovers by the Bruins.
Kastelik will deal it up the near side. Cut off before it gets into the Rangers zone. JT Miller will drive it back in to Boston territory. Now Zibanejad sandwiched between a pair of Bruins. Got the puck to Miller from the left circle, but his centering pass taken away by Marchand, who feathers it out of the zone and heads for a change. Just about 4.5 gone by in this first period. Zach Jones, Schneider, and out through the neutral zone come the Rangers. Pass off to the right side for Riley Smith. Deep it comes. McAvoy comes out from behind the Bruins net with the puck on his stick. Carries it all the way up to the red line. Harassed from behind by Lafreniere. And Bruins wind up offside on the play.
Yeah, a couple turnovers lead to that chance there. Korpisalo making a save. That time McAvoy just taking matters into his own hand. Get the net, start the skate, get your legs moving, get up the ice. Even though they're offside, that's a bit better on a clear. He's looked really good the last couple of games, McAvoy has. You know, he missed a handful of games, came back. First game back wasn't great, but the last 2 have been strong. And it's not just because of the goals.
Yeah, I was going to say, obviously the goals stand out, but he's clearly feeling good about his game right now and good about a lot of things going on in his life.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a good place, right? It's like, had his first baby, and he's got the 4 Nations coming up, assistant captain.
A lot of his teammates playing here in New York tonight as well. That American team, as this angles past Lafreniere. 4 members of the U.S. squad play for the Rangers. McAvoy bats one into the Rangers zone. JT Miller, Vincent Trocheck, Chris Kreider, Adam Fox all be suiting up.
Kreider's an interesting one.
Yeah. Here's Poitras leading the rush for the Bruins, cutting toward the high slot, takes a shot as he moved to his right, but Brodzinski had a piece of that and forced it wide of Shesterkin. Sent out of the zone, Frederick will regain out near the red line. Zadorov with a pass to Brazo, kept it loose for Poitras, swings one across the ice toward the near side, but nobody there. Rangers get a clear, and Zadorov will chase back toward his own end. Team's getting some changes on up ice as Zadorov steps out across his own blue line. Lobs one down toward the right wing corner and put a little bit too much under it as it sails over the glass out of play. We've got 13:48 to go here in the first period. No score. Bruins and Rangers on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your Honda dealer.
Save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile and get fiber-powered internet at home and unbeatable 5G reliability on the go. So whether you're playing a game at home,
yes, cool,
or attending one live, you can do more without spending more. Learn how to save at cox.com/internet. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. 2H 2023. Results may vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
Hi, this is Bob Sosi, voice of New England football. You've heard me talk about ClearPath for Veterans and safety insurance. Now New Hampshire residents can also support our veterans and save on auto insurance. ClearPath for Veterans is working with safety insurance to help New England veterans at the resource centers in Devens, Massachusetts and Manchester, New Hampshire. Safety policyholders can make a $50 tax-deductible donation to ClearPath and earn a 5% discount on your safety automobile insurance. New Hampshire and Massachusetts residents can say thanks to those who serve and get rewarded. Visit safetyforvets.com.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV. Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues.
Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
First 5 minutes of tonight's game were brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Start your 2025 in a new F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 48 straight years. 13:48 to go here in the first period. No score between the Bruins and Rangers. Rangers taking a moment to honor tonight's backup goaltender Jonathan Quick, who on Sunday picked up his 400th career victory. Played an awfully good game the last time we were in this building. He was the starter and stopped 32 out of 33 against the Bruins that night.
It's Hall of Fame, isn't he?
I would think so.
Yeah. Stanley Cups, Conn Smythe. .400 win. I mean, I would think so.
Checks a lot of boxes, I would think. Certainly one of the best American goaltenders of all time.
U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame, no doubt. But I mean, but
puck comes out in front of Korpisalo here. Comes all the way back towards Schneider, and his shot finds the back glass. Jones pinching down the near wall. Will wrap it around to the far side. Carrick looking for Rempe down low. Rempe reaching that long stick out in front of the goal line to try to direct it toward Korpisalo. Bruins get it cleared. Carrick will drop it back in his own zone. Scoreless game, 13-13 left here in the first period. Zach Jones dealt it off here for Panarin. Pivots back away. Elias Lindholm deeper into the Rangers zone. Now Lindgren finds Panarin coming out of the zone. Deals off left side for Zibanejad. Had to stop to get it. McAvoy took it away from him. Played it through Lindgren, and that will not be an icing as Fox goes back to get it.
One linesman had it. The other one waved it off.
Round to the far side. Coyle with a bouncing puck. Played it behind the net for Marchand. Marchand skating it all the way out toward the blue line. Cross ice for Lohrei, who picked it up off of Karam. Lindgren a takeaway. Will give it around toward the near side for Panarin. Pass into the middle. Lohrei got a stick on that. Panarin's got it back. Hands off to Fox. Rangers still in their own zone here. Bruins changing up ice. Trocheck played it ahead. Peak gets a stick on that. Zadorov will retrieve out of the far corner. Geekie with a rink-wide pass. Too far for Peak. Volleyed back toward the Bruins zone by Keandre Miller. And here's Peak again. Pasternak to the red line. Poke checked away by Lafreniere. Bruins will get it deep here. And Rangers will go back and get it behind their own net with Will Borgen.
We're 8 minutes into this period, Ryan. There are 2 shots on goal. They both are on the Rangers side of things. To say that both teams are struggling to execute here early on would be an understatement.
Here's Trocheck sending over to the far side. Lafreniere one time went off the back glass.
And it's not because of great defense.
No. On the near side boards, battle for possession. Keandre Miller poked it back toward the pile, but Geekie got it over to Zadorov, and now Pasternak off a headman pass, carries into the Rangers zone, moving it along the blue line, pass off to the left side, Poitras skating onto it. Brodzinski chopped it away from him. Geekie got it back to Callahan at the left point. Poitras now at that far circle, pivots around Jones, moves it back in front. Frederick couldn't handle it.
It was there for him.
Does.
It was there for him. Maybe a little behind, but it was there.
Brazo chasing a loose puck to the far side circle. Frederick pivots back to his backhand, and now to the forehand again. Now to the backhand again, trying to get away from Brodzinski. Brings it all the way out to the blue line. Banks it off the boards to Poitras. Centering pass for Brazo, and now Frederick going behind the net, trying to wrap it around the near post. Couldn't. Carlo threw one back in front, but it bounced off a leg and wide. Brazo hands to Poitras. He pivots away from Keandre Miller and in deep. Centering pass, and Brazo couldn't get a stick on that in front. Rangers will head the other way.
It was there for him.
Here's Cooley down the left circle with a shot and a juggling save by Korpisalo. He'll get the whistle.
Good shift, though. Poitras line, Frederick, Brazo up front in the offensive zone, making guys miss a little bit, gaining some separation. Frederick tried to wrap that puck around. Really nothing too Shesterkin, but some good zone time that time, making the Rangers defend. That line had Wahlstrom on it yesterday. They were effective. I mean, Wahlstrom took a couple offensive zone penalties, probably the reason he's out right now, but you know, one of them definitely, the other one iffy, but still offensive zone penalties. It's a tough way to get yourself back in the lineup when you take those.
Now, Wahlstrom scratched for the 5th time in the last 7 games.
Had a chance on a breakaway, too, coming out of the penalty box.
Panarin gives off to Fox. Here's Zibanejad moving it through the high slot. Tried to hand it off out near the blue line, but missed Panarin. Lindgren will play it back in deep. JT Miller around the far board. Zibanejad out near the blue line, lost the puck out of the zone, played it back in, and now the Bruins head the other way in a hurry. Beecher down the left wing side with his speed around behind the net. Comes all the way to the near circle. Try to go across ice for Lohrei, and it was knocked out of play off Zibanejad's stick. And that brings us to a stoppage with 9:53 to go here in the first period. Bruins and Rangers scoreless on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V. It's your local Honda dealer.
Sniffles and sneezes got you down? GoodRx is here to help with big savings on commonly prescribed cold and flu meds. GoodRx is free and easy to use. GoodRx is accepted at all major pharmacies like CVS, Walmart, and Walgreens. Just search your prescription, find a coupon, then show your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx is not insurance, but it works whether you have insurance or not. If you do, GoodRx may beat your copay price. Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com to save today.
Save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile and get fiber-powered internet at home and unbeatable 5G reliability on the go. So whether you're playing a game at home,
yes, goal,
or attending one live, you can do more without spending more. Learn how to save at cox.com/internet. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. 2H 2023. Results may vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV.
Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues.
Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
9:53 left here in the first period. Bruins and Rangers are scoreless. I'm going to send along a congratulations to Bruins CEO Charlie Jacobs, today named to the board of directors of the USA Hockey Foundation. Their mission supporting grassroots hockey development, player safety initiatives, and furthering access to the game of hockey for all. Jacobs, of course, also the founder of the Boston Bruins Foundation, which has raised over $67 million since 2003 toward helping charitable organizations across New England.
Yeah, him and Bobby Sweeney's the president of that foundation, just done an outstanding job over the 20 years. We talked about the Be Fit Challenge, which was just, it's just a huge success and only gets bigger.
Bruins with the puck in the offensive zone. Geeky shot one off the outside of the net. Pasternak now out of the near corner. Gets hit and knocked down behind the net by Borgen.
Yeah, good hit by Borgen. He plays a physical game. Mentioned he got picked up from Seattle in that trade.
Riley Smith lost one just inside the Bruins zone.
And he got a nice new contract after it.
He did. 5 years at $4.1 million per.
Seattle didn't want to see him go, but I don't think they could afford it. I assume that's what the case was.
Lohrei walking it down the left wing boards here. Tried to throw one toward the net. Instead, blocked up and out of play in the near corner.
Between the Pipes is sponsored by Charles D. Sheehy. If you're in the piping trades, you need to call Charles D. Sheehy, premier piping and mechanical products. CDS is your local leader. Between the Pipes for the New York Rangers here tonight, Igor Shesterkin, and for the Bruins, it's Jonas Korpisalo.
Bruins hit Shesterkin for 5 goals on 24 shots on Saturday. He is 0-3 with a .468 goals against and an .806 save percentage in his last 3 starts.
Prior to that, he had been outstanding.
Right.
Coming back from injury.
Bruins have yet to hit him with a shot here tonight. And Aaron takes one away in front of Shesterkin. Coyle knocked down a clearing effort, but Rangers will get it out. Zibanejad and Lindholm get tangled up over by the Ranger bench in pursuit of the puck. Now Coyle will drag it back toward the near right wing side. Gives to Pete going down into the corner. Spins away from Fox. Plays it along the wall to Marchand. And sent back in behind the net. Shesterkin went out to play it and slipped past him. Lindholm in the far corner with position on J.T. Miller, who holds him against the wall. Coyle and Fox in there as well. Puck in there skates. Coyle kicks it back onto his stick. Dealt it back toward the blue line, but a diving effort by Zibanejad.
It's an
Sure, that
icing.
puck leaves the zone, and it does go for an icing. Rangers won't get a change here.
You know, Bruins have had some decent zone time in the offensive end, but they've got nothing to Shesterkin right now. They're 12 minutes into this game. They don't have a shot on goal. Rangers only have 3.
Rangers have been...
Is that what you define as low event?
Low event. I would say this is
Is that
we've
low
seen
event?
about 11:45 of low event hockey so far. Bruins had an early power play in this one. Didn't
National
get anything out
TV
of
is
it.
excited to have this one so far, huh?
Face off in the attack zone here for Poitras. Brazo helped it back to Carlo at the point. Spun around the boards to the far side. Zibanejad trying to hack it past Callahan, couldn't. Poitras out of the left wing corner against Fox now. Kick free, and JT Miller's got it. Deals to Lindgren coming behind the net. Aaron will send it through the neutral zone. And that's going to be an icing against the Rangers once again. Is it something about these teams in this building? Because it feels like the first started like this too.
Well, I thought the Bruins had some chances early in the first game. Remember, we were wondering, you know, we're talking about the Rangers because they were struggling at the time.
Right.
And they weren't very good early. They ended up winning the game, but they were not good early. Giving up chances all over the place.
That one was a 2-1 Ranger win. As Pasternak bringing the puck toward the near side,
Lindgren
got knocked down by Lindgren.
All the way out to the blue line.
Sacco back near his own blue line. Here's McAvoy at the red. Dumps it in. Shesterkin again couldn't stop it behind the net. In the far corner, Borgen knocked to a knee by Sacco. Geekie comes to join the party. Sacco gets tripped up. No call. Lohrei down the far boards. Pulls it in front for Geekie. Redirected just wide and then dragged back out in front by Sacco. And Shesterkin makes a save there and covers it.
Yeah, I mean, some good zone time again for the Bruins. Their first shot on goal right there by Pavel Zacha. But Geekie, if he's ready for that, he's got himself a tap in. I mean, Zacha gets tripped up by Borgen, does not get called. And then that backdoor pass, Geekie, he's ready for it. He just didn't handle it. You know, he slips in there back door. He's behind Brzezinski. That's a great opportunity for him on a nice pass, nice look from Lohrei.
7:21 left here in the first. No score.
One of these referees is the same as yesterday, is it not, Sutherland? There were a few yesterday.
You were thrilled with the
Marchand
performance
got
last
tripped
night.
up there, and that was a no call. You had Pasternak got his feet taken out from under him. Nothing. Accidentally on purpose by Foligno.
Here's Schneider with a shot on Korpisalo, and he cradles that, gets a whistle.
And then you call a guy for losing his stick when Geekie lifts it.
Tried to lift
Not putting it all on him, but that was a couple head scratchers there in the third period especially.
That was the one where the stick just went cartwheeling into the air as
Yeah.
Geekie just did it. I mean, it was a simple
He
stick
lifted
lift.
his
Yeah.
stick.
Wasn't a slash or anything like that. It was just a lift of the stick, and the stick went flying. A face off to the left of Korpisalo here. 7 minutes even to go in this first period. Face off win by Carrick. Rangers will get set up. Jones walking it down toward the far circle. Shot one right through the top of the crease. Schneider will play it back in deep. Zadorov cuts that off. Takes a hit from Rempe.
Yeah, absorbs the hit, protects the puck, and then uses his partner Peak behind the net. That's a nice job there.
Peak passed up toward the attacking blue line for Kastelik, but missed, and that's a Bruins icing.
Yeah, I like that play though, right? You know, you're a big guy. You invite the hit. Rempe's a bigger guy, but he's kind of lanky and kind of gangly, right? You invite that hit. You know it's coming. You almost reverse hit. You protect the puck, and then you dish it off to your partner, so he's got plenty of time to get it out of the zone.
Rempe listed at 6'9", 255. Zadorov is same weight, 6'6".
Well, they're much different builds, that's for sure.
Here's Lindgren shooting one through the slot, redirected a couple of times. Kepke plays it out of the
Lindgren
zone.
had a couple plays like that in the TD Garden. It resulted in some good chances from the left point, looking back door.
Bruins are changing up. Kastelik able to get that puck deep. Now the Rangers come back the other way as Fox sends it around the wall. Near side, Brodzinski taken away. Lindholm played it up into the neutral zone, and down the left wing side comes Marchand. Pivots around behind the Ranger net. Back to the point for Carlo with a shot tipped by Coyle and just wide. Coyle gathers it himself against Brodzinski in behind the net. Comes toward the near side. It's tripped up, gets back up, stays with a puck. Brings it toward the slot. Try to backhand it toward Callahan, who was coming down that left circle, but it was cut off.
Yeah, good ship. Well defended, though, by the Rangers.
Now we get a whistle, and the Bruins offside on this with 5:45 to go in this first period. No score here at Madison Square Garden on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile and get fiber-powered internet at home and unbeatable 5G reliability on the go. So whether you're playing a game at home,
Yes, goal.
or attending one live, you can do more without spending more. Learn how to save at cox.com/internet. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. 2H 2023. Results may vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techy.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV.
Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues.
Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
I speak to you on this terrible, terrible time, one that has deeply affected the hearts and minds of people in Israel and people around the world. Our homes, our communities were looted and set on fire, causing immense suffering. None since the Holocaust has so many Jews been killed in one day. We are at war.
The International Fellowship of Christians and Jews is on the ground, delivering life-saving aid during this unprecedented terror crisis in Israel. An emergency gift today of $45 to the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews will help provide food, water, medicine, trauma care for kids, even things like diapers and games for children huddled in bomb shelters. We are calling on you to help. Give today at ifcj.org. That's ifcj.org.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
Fans get down to TD Garden this Saturday. It's another matinee matchup as the Bruins will face off against the Vegas Golden Knights starting around 3:30. Head to bostonbruins.com/tickets to lock in your seat to all the action.
Starting around 3:30.
Don't hold me to 3:30.
No, it's not going to be 3:30.
Somewhere around 3:45-ish would be the guess.
They play, what do they play? Jersey tomorrow, I believe.
Vegas
does, and then they finish up the road trip, and everybody finishes up on Saturday before the Four Nations Cup begins.
Those games on Saturday should have some juice to them. Everybody's, going to lay it all on the line last game before a 2-week break. You would think. Puck gets dumped in here on Korpisalo, sticked off toward the near circle, lifted up into the air. Leaping up to try to glove it down was Riley Smith. Near side boards, Pasternak played it toward the middle, but kicked away by Trocheck, who tracks it down, gives to Smith in the right corner. Back for Trocheck, right circle, and he put it wide. DeAndre Miller to Lafreniere in the near corner.
That's a breakdown by the Bruins right there. Not only a turnover, but there's a good play by McAvoy. Use the middle of the ice to get that puck out of the zone. Your partner Lohrei's right in front of the net. That's the play.
Kiki drove a 90-footer in on Shesterkin. Rangers quickly go the other way with it. Trocheck's shot forced over the net by Pete. Lafreniere in the far corner between Zacha and Lohrei. Trocheck throws one off the outside of the net. They'll come back toward the point. Schneider gets it back into the corner. Lafreniere kicked off his skate. Zacha clears it. Racing up ice, Pasternak into the New York zone. Pivots along the near wall, looking for help. Dealt it back toward Peak. His shot forced into the far corner. Lindholm goes crashing in there against Lafreniere behind the net. Elias coming toward the near corner against Jones. Marchand comes over and picks up the puck. His pass missed Coyle, and JT Miller leads the Rangers back the other way. Korpisalo off the dump in, had to wait for it to get to the trapezoid, never did. Peak played it around the far wall. Rangers with a chance here. Lindgren stepping into the left circle with a shot that rose up over the net. JT Miller in behind Korpisalo. To Panarin along the left wall. He'll bring it back toward the blue line. Coyle all over him. Played into the corner. Carried back toward the near side by Zibanejad, but he lost his edge. And Coyle and Lindholm come forward. Coyle on the right wing side to the back of the net. Lindholm kept it moving. Back to Callahan at the point. His shot blocked wide into the near corner. 3:40 to go in this first period. As Lindgren gets knocked down by Frederick, and it will be an icing. He sent that in from shy of the red line.
A little more pace over the last couple minutes.
They're starting to find it a little bit. Both teams. Bruins will get another attack zone face-off here off the icing.
Tone was set with that power play in the first 30 seconds of the game. It was not good, and just set the tone for the whole period.
There's McAvoy off a feed from Poitras, who won the face-off. Lost it out of the zone. Lohrei near the red line. Dealt one to Poitras, steps into the New York end. Goes down. Effort by Carrick to try and clear that puck with his glove, and he has dropped his stick. Couldn't get it out of the zone. Frederick along the near boards. Lost it. Vesey got it to the blue line. Now Lohrei trying to hold his ground, gets shoved out into the neutral ice by Rempe. Pass directed toward Poitras, taken away. Rangers headed the other way. It's Carrick down the right circle, drops one off for Rempe. And McAvoy back to make the play defensively. As Rempe was trying to get into shooting position.
Bruins had too many men on the ice. They are fortunate right there.
On the end boards, Carrick sent it around toward Vesey. Now Miller at the blue line. Gave it up and got it right back. DeAndre Miller's shot blocked up top by Brazo. Played it to the blue line, but not out. Miller gets it behind the net. Rempe shoved by Carlo. Callahan.
Shift for Rempe.
Poked into the corner. It'll come across the ice near side. Lindgren, center of the blue line. And a shot wide of net. Off the stick of Brodzinski. 2:15 to go in the period. Try to set up Brodzinski for a one-timer from the far circle. That was broken up. Vesey out near the blue line. Over to the far circle, and the shot. Save made by Korpisalo, and the rebound nearly got away from him. He's able to gather it back in.
Talking about the too many men. You know, you got two Bruins going to the bench. Two are hopping out. You don't have to touch the puck to be involved in the play. And the Bruins, when the Rangers have the puck and they're coming at the Bruins, they're still making the line change, and the two defensemen are out there back where they should be before that change is made. They're fortunate on that, I think. There's a kind of a liberal change allowed.
Rangers get the puck deep here again.
The rule says you can't be involved in the play, and that, to me, is involved in the play.
Tepke able to sweep it out of the zone. Jones back in his own end here for New York. Minute 45 to go in the period. He missed Kreider with a pass, and that's a Rangers icing. So back down the other end we go with a minute 43 left in the period. Scoreless game, 7-2. The shots favor New York so far.
Rempe had a pretty chance there on the rebound. He was a little frustrated with himself. That was a long shift for him. You know, even though it's in the offensive end, those can weigh on you a little bit. But he hung in there, and he was around the front of the net where he should be.
Lifted up and out of the zone. Rempe with 1 goal and 2 assists in 17 games this season. As Pasternak peels it off the wall, taken away by Schneider. As that goes along with 37 penalty minutes for Rempe. As the puck comes across the Bruins zone into the near corner.
That's a promising rush, but the Rangers, you talk about the Bruins being off here. I mean, that's...
Pass wasn't near anybody.
Trocheck is a good player, but that wasn't even close.
There's Pasternak trying to find some space as he comes into the New York zone. Gets shoved by Keandre Miller into the near corner. They continue to battle. Lafreniere along the near wall against Geekie. And now the puck forced out of the zone by Jones. We're under a minute to play in this first period. Callahan dumps one in on Shesterkin, handling it in the crease. He will stick it along for Smith. Pass redirected deep by Lafreniere. Carlo will skate back to get it. Around behind Korpisalo. Shoots it up the far wall. Borgen kept into the blue line. And back deep it comes. Carlo from the near corner. will play it up the wall for Lindholm. Tapped it free to Coyle. Now Marchand just inside the Ranger line. Able to sneak away from Borgen. Turns out of the near corner. Brings it to the top of the circle and took a shot. That was tipped up and over. 22 to go in the period. Zadorov walking it along the blue line toward the near side. Carrying it down the circle against Smith. Bringing back up top. You work. Oh, Lindholm. Held away from it by Keandre Miller, who will just volley it up and out of the zone. A bouncing puck to Zadorov. And a mostly sleepy first period will come to an end with no score. Bruins and Rangers at the end of one. Shots were 8-3 in favor of New York. And we'll be back to Madison Square Garden with our first intermission coming up on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile and get fiber-powered internet at home and unbeatable 5G reliability on the go. So whether you're playing a game at home, yes, cool, or attending one live, you can do more without spending more. Learn how to save at cox.com/internet. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. 2H 2023. Results may vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV.
Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues.
Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
Pearl Vision knows that the new year brings new resolutions. But how many of those goals do we actually keep? Hitting the gym? Ugh. Sticking to a diet? No thanks. But getting your eyes checked? That's easy. Visit pearlvision.com to schedule an eye exam and get a new pair of glasses to see clearly and look your best. Pearl Vision accepts all major vision plans, including iMed and VSP.
Hello, my name is Jorge Gaviria, and I'm the founder of Hacienda. We partner with farmers in Mexico to bring heirloom corn products to every kitchen. With my Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One, I earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. And it has no preset spending limit, which means my purchasing power adapts to my business needs. My Spark card helps me fulfill my mission of bringing masa to the masses. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms and conditions apply. Find out more at CapitalOne.com/SparkCashPlus.
You can help an old lady get across the street, save somebody from choking when they're out to eat. But there's one thing that'll help you the most. It's giving blood while you relax and read the Morning Post. Good karma by the pint. Donate blood and then you just might save 3 people's lives. Get a season's worth of good vibes.
Visit Rhode Island Blood Center to get your good karma by the pint.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Scoreless after one period of play here in New York, with the Bruins and the Rangers meeting for the final time in this regular season. And we're going to take you back to Saturday when I got a chance to sit down for a conversation with the executive director of the National Hockey League Players Association, former Boston Mayor Marty Walsh. We talked about the upcoming Four Nations Face-Off tournament, last week's news about the significant increases coming in the salary cap in the next few years, and the upcoming negotiations for the new collective bargaining agreement. Here's my conversation with Marty Walsh.
It's great to be here. It's great to be here.
How do you like the job?
It's great. You know, it's different than anything I've ever done. You know, not being in politics, you miss it to some degree, especially Boston. But it's been great to meet the guys. It's been great to. A lot of great things happening in hockey right now, with salary cap, with escrow going down, with fans, with what we're going to talk about in a minute, Four Nations and Olympics. So it's great.
The Four Nations tournament coming up in Montreal and here in Boston. It's part of a series of events coming up here in a number of years. Why was it important for the players to get back into these best-on-best international tournaments, including the Olympics coming up?
Well, one of the reasons that players want to play for their country. And a lot of these players that are going to be playing here at the Boston Garden in a couple weeks haven't had the opportunity on an NHL level to play for their country. Brad Marchand has and a couple other players, but not that many. And, it really is it's exciting for them if they want to play that. It's kind of a new chapter in international hockey. Best on best is what we're looking at here. It's the Four Nations is leading into the Olympics for next year, and then hopefully we'll have some type of agreement and announcement about World Cup later on down the road. But, as a kid growing up in Boston, I remember watching the Russian teams come in and play against the Bruins when I was a kid. And, 97, the World Cup, all of those, it's exciting. The Olympics, obviously. And if you're a hockey fan, and there's a lot of hockey fans in this region. I mean, we have a bunch of Bruins playing and on different teams, and it's great.
Well, I mean, to me, it's such a great thing for the sport, because you think back to the Olympics in Vancouver, the Olympics in Russia, and some of the memorable moments that come out of that, even for non-hardcore hockey fans, what it brings to the table as far as that international flavor and being able to root on your country is to me, great for the sport.
No question about it. I mean, you're talking about the greatest hockey players in the world, and we're going to have 90 of them in Montreal and in Boston playing on the ice for their country, and they're treating it as if it's an Olympic. I mean, players are excited. They're focused on this thing. They want to see exciting hockey, and it's great for the fans too. It's great for people. We're sitting in the Garden right now, so people that come here from Boston, they get a chance to be part of this, and history will be made somewhere. We know some moment will happen in the game that will be forever ingrained in your brain, and I think that's something that's exciting about this type of international hockey. I mean, I remember going back to the 1980 Olympics. It's ingrained in my hockey. 4 kids from Massachusetts on that team. You don't forget that.
Joined by Marty Walsh from the National Hockey League Players Association. You guys had some really good news come out yesterday in conjunction with the NHL. The salary cap numbers are going to go through the roof here in the next few years. What does that mean for the players that you represent around the league?
Well, it's great for the players. I mean, seeing the opportunity for players to earn the revenue. A lot of people talk about comparing hockey players to basketball, football, baseball, different sports. It's apples and oranges. You can't do that. But really seeing the players benefit from the growth of the game. I mean, it's the players' reason why the game is growing. People are tuning in, watching the game to watch the players, and it really is important that they get fairly compensated for what they do on the ice. You guys also have negotiations coming up on a collective bargaining agreement. What's most important for the players as you start to open up those negotiations? Yeah, I just finished what's called Fall Tour, where you go around and meet all the teams, all 32 teams, and we're putting a list together now. We haven't finalized the list yet. We're putting together a negotiating committee, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll be able to have some announcements on as far as moving forward. But it's an exciting period. Gary Bettman came to me and asked me if I'd be interested in having a conversation about the bargaining unit earlier. I told him I had just started, talked to the players, like, let's do it. There's a lot of great things happening in the game right now, so what we want to do is keep the momentum going. What you don't want to do, you don't want to lock out, you don't want to strike, you don't want fans, having to worry about the future of the game for upcoming season, and I don't think we're worrying about any of that stuff right now. We had Gary Bettman on here back in December with us. He seemed to indicate you guys are in a good place. Do you feel that way too? Yeah, there's no question about it. I mean, I think that when you think about this as a union, you want to grow the game of hockey because it benefits the membership. It benefits the fans who support it. And so we're working collectively on that side of it, trying to grow the game of hockey. And then on the player side, I mean, I represent the players, and I'm going to continue to represent the players. It's not my first time as a union official. I've been there before, and I want to make sure, understand that we keep moving the game forward for the players and for the fans. Good to see you. Thanks so much for stopping by. Thank you. Executive Director of the NHL Players Association, Marty Walsh, joining me in the booth on Saturday prior to the last Bruins and Rangers game. Here tonight, Bruins and Rangers are scoreless after 20 minutes. We'll get a check of the Sports Hub headlines with Joe Murray next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile and get fiber-powered internet at home and unbeatable 5G reliability on the go. So whether you're playing a game at home, yes, goal, or attending one live, you can do more without spending more. Learn how to save at cox.com/internet. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. 2H 2023. Results may vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
Pearl Vision knows that the new year brings new resolutions. But how many of those goals do we actually keep? Hitting the gym? Ugh. Sticking to a diet? No thanks. But getting your eyes checked? That's easy. Visit pearlvision.com to schedule an eye exam and get a new pair of glasses to see clearly and look your best. Pearl Vision accepts all major vision plans, including iMed and VSP.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Puka, Bella, I'm sure you've noticed some changes.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just practicing for when I have to tell the dogs about the twins. You know, because they'll...
Be fine in the spacious third row seat.
But the twins...
Can sleep peacefully thanks to the rear manual sunshade.
And what about the...
Extra cargo space for strollers and dog beds?
I guess you're right.
Can we go to the hospital now? The contractions are getting closer.
The 3-row Lexus TX. Because everyone should feel like the center of the universe. Click the banner to discover more. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Felger and Naz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston 98.5 The Sports Hub. Easily Media Group Station. Sports Hub headlines.
All right, only a couple of games on the NHL slate tonight. 2 others. One begins at 9:30. It's between Chicago and Edmonton. And in the nightcap tonight, Montreal continues their road trip. They play against the LA Kings. Puck drops for that one at 10:30. The Celtics, they're going to be looking to win 5 in a row tomorrow when they take on the Dallas Mavericks. They got a big win last night in Cleveland. Of course, they return home tomorrow to take on Dallas. Drew Holiday is listed as questionable in that one. The Celtics traded Jaden Springer today to Houston for a future second-round pick. The NBA trade deadline is tomorrow. Signify your spot in the Bruins fandom with the new Next Century Fan for Your Puck package, which includes an engraved puck that will be displayed on the puck wall at Heritage Hall inside TD Garden and engraved for a commemorative puck to keep as a memento. Visit bostonbruins.com/fanfoyer to purchase yours today. Headlines are brought to you by Valvoline Innocent Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com to save 15% off your next drive-through oil change at Valvoline Innocent Oil Change. Now open in Rainham, Reading, and in Braintree. I'm Joe Murray. The second period's next. On the 98.5 The Sports of Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Ready to prioritize yourself in the new year? Your skin is a great place to start. Dime Beauty, founded by a master esthetician, is more than just a skincare company. With 4 skin-conscious categories, skincare, beauty, body care, and fragrance, Dime offers simple, spa-worthy products that will help you enter 2025 with confidence. Whether you're revitalizing your regimen with nourishing products or building one from scratch, Dime makes it easy. The Work System, our all-in-one best-selling routine, includes a cleanser of your choice, toners, serums, and moisturizers, taking the guesswork out of skincare for your healthiest, happiest skin yet. Dime's commitment to clean ingredients and sustainable packaging ensures every product is as gentle on your skin as it is on the planet. With thousands of glowing 5-star reviews and a loyal community, the results speak for themselves. Revive your skin and give yourself the routine refresh you deserve by visiting DimeBeautyCO.com. That's DimeBeautyCO.com. Your best skin awaits.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, this is Mark Bertrand from the Zolak and Bertrand Show for VA New England. I have a proud family history of military service, including my father, who served in the U.S. Army. VA New England Healthcare is the highest rated and largest healthcare system in New England. If you or a family member served honorably on active duty for 2 years or deployed or retired from the reserves in any branch, you may be eligible for benefits from VA New England. To get started, call 800-MY-VA-411 or go to va.gov and explore your veteran benefits.
Hockey season means it's Pulis boiler season. Now is the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Pulis boiler. Don't wait. Act now. Go to pulisboilers.com for a dealer near you. And remember, Pulis Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game so you can catch all the action live. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/NHL.
Pearl Vision knows that the new year brings new resolutions. But how many of those goals do we actually keep? Hitting the gym? Ugh. Sticking to a diet? No thanks. But getting your eyes checked? That's easy. Visit pearlvision.com to schedule an eye exam and get a new pair of glasses to see clearly and look your best. Pearl Vision accepts all major vision plans, including iMed and VSP.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Bruins and Rangers played a scoreless first period. We're joined downstairs by Bruins defenseman Mason Lohrei. Mace, you guys get an early power play chance, weren't able to cash in. What was your overall thoughts of how that first period developed?
Yeah, I mean, just, trying to get to our game. I think we're doing a good job of, playing north in the neutral zone and being above them. But, I mean, we gotta anchor guy at the net and start getting some pucks on that, and, we're going to get a dirty one here.
From a defensive standpoint, what do the Rangers do that makes it difficult to defend?
I mean, they're on you, and they protect the middle pretty well. So I think for us, it's just about, like I said, I mean, if we get a load high or forward roll up and sling that puck to the net with bodies there, and then try and outmuscle them and win an F-run battle.
When you guys are playing back-to-back games like this with travel involved, anything different from a player's standpoint?
Yeah, definitely. Start the game. I think it's all about your first shift, first play, first puck touch, and just being simple, and then kind of letting the game come to you from there.
All right, appreciate the time. Good luck in the second.
Thank you.
Thanks to Mason Lohrei for joining us. He's brought to you by TD Bank. TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins. Shot totals turned out to be 8-4 in that first period. The attempts were 20-12 in favor of the Rangers, who won 14 out of the 20 faceoffs in that first period. So go to the second. Bruins will be going from right to left. See if we can get a little bit more juice going after this. I mean, that was the polar opposite of what we saw between these two teams on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, Saturday's game was truly, it was entertaining. It was good. It was intense. The sense of urgency was definitely there. I don't know if it's a back-to-back thing or what, right? I mean, it's not for the Rangers right now. The Rangers had back-to-back last weekend, and they beat Vegas on Sunday after losing the Bruins on Saturday, and that's not an easy task. So, they took care of business coming back home on the back-to-back, but this it is a sleepy start. The whole first period was really, there really wasn't any great chances. There were a couple decent ones, but just the execution was off.
Marchand will backhand one in towards Shesterkin. He leaves it at the side of the net.
So you take a deep breath, right? You go in there in the locker room, you're like, all right, whatever this game's going to turn out to be, you've got to win different kinds of games, and you got to be able to play different kinds of games. You got to stay disciplined in terms of not the penalties, but just that too, but in your game. And you take care of the little things. And you get better and you grow your game as it goes on.
Boyle angling one back toward Lohrei at the point. Misfired on a one-time attempt. And JT Miller leads a 3-on-2 ahead. Here's Zibanejad on the right circle in front for Miller as he tried to redirect that one but couldn't get it on net. Coyle will lift one back into the Rangers zone from the red line. Shesterkin sets it up. Buckle volley back down toward the Bruins zone. Korpisalo behind Boston's net. Tried to pass it for Zadorov. It came to Pastrnak instead. Now Zadorov will lift it off the glass and out. Trocheck settling it back in the Rangers zone. DeAndre Miller pass up the left side. Lafreniere trying to tip that deep. It was blocked by Pete. Geekie gives to Zadorov. In the neutral zone, Zacha hands off for Geekie, coming across the red line and now across the blue. Plays the puck to the near boards, goes to get it himself. And out of the corner from Zacha. Zadorov at the point. They set up Zacha top of the left circle and off the pad of Shesterkin on that shot. Rangers will clear it. Korpisalo out to play it. Gives it around for Pete. Into the neutral zone. Zacha racing over in front of the Ranger bench. Wins that puck back. Zadorov will carry across the New York line. Goes in deep. Goes down as he tried to bring it in behind the net with Schneider on top of him. In the far corner. Puck kicked down low here for Pastrnak. Pastrnak against Schneider behind the Ranger net. Now Poitras comes in and peels that puck away. Trocheck chases him toward the far wall. Roughs him up a bit. Frederick takes a shove, but got the puck to Pastrnak in the corner. Around it comes to the near side point man Callahan. On to Poitras. Works his way out toward the blue line. Backhands it down the wall. Skating over to get it is Brazo. From the left circle. Back to Callahan up top with a redirected shot, and Shesterkin made the save.
Frederick on the redirect.
Here's Poitras from the left circle. Callahan from the point of drive, and that one hit a leg in front. Callahan's got it back along the left circle again. Pivots out of the corner. Brings it back up toward the hash marks and all the way out toward the blue line. Running out of space. He pushes it back down the wall. Poitras on the near boards. Had it taken away. Trocheck will send it across ice and chipped into the Bruins zone by Cooley. Callahan circles behind the Boston net. Plays off the near boards and out to center ice. Fox was right there. Kreider dropping it back toward Fox. Over 3:15 gone in this second period. No score as Kreider tips one on deep behind Korpisalo. Net came out to play it. Koepke had it swatted off his stick, but no harm, no fouls. He got it to Carlo.
Ryan Lindgren stepping up. You always got to be aware when he's on the ice. He can throw that big hit. Doesn't mind doing it.
Lohrei played one around Zibanejad. Tap back toward the Boston zone, and Lohrei will get it and go back behind his net. On to McAvoy. Far side, just chipping it up the wall. Lindholm played it across ice. Here's Lohrei with some space coming up through the red line. Drives it into the far corner. Parham comes right to Carrick. Vesey volleys it back toward the Boston blue line. A bouncing puck. Giving chase was Rempe. It'll come around the near side, and Carrick centering pass. Getting a stick on that was Charlie Coyle. He's got it and works his way out toward the neutral zone. Into the Ranger end, but controlled by Borgen. Now he lost it. Lindholm's got it. High slot. Gives to Marchand on the left side. His shot got blocked. Lindholm trying to keep it alive against Borgen. Behind the net, it's Coyle. Coming toward the near circle. One of the Rangers has lost his stick. DeAndre Miller trying to get one from Rempe. Here's Lindholm with a one-time chance, and that was blocked. Zadorov at the blue line keeps in. Gets around the stickless Rempe. Gave over to the far side, and Peak shot blocked and goes up into the netting out of play.
Yeah, Rempe trying to hand his stick off to Keandre Miller on the back end. A couple good blocks, though, by the Rangers. Lindholm was set up nicely there in the slot. That shot got blocked. There was also a tip a little earlier. So definitely some signs of life here. Pace picking up just a bit. Took a period to get going, but
if you're a defenseman, yeah, and Rempe hands you his stick, you've got a little, few extra inches on that thing.
Remember, so I don't know Rempe's status, but when Chara played, he had to get special permission to use the length of stick that he used, because you're capped off at a certain length. Obviously, because of his height, he was allowed to, but that'd be. The last game, who was it? It was Carlo that broke his stick, and Zacha gave him his. Well, Zacha's a lefty, Carlo's a righty, so similar heights, but Carlo's a little taller. But
Pasternak and Lindgren behind the net.
Well, he got involved a little bit with Shesterkin. I think that's why Lindgren came after him.
Here's Sacco off a handoff, takes a shot. That one whistled wide. Comes off the back glass all the way out to the near point.
By Lindgren.
Around to the far boards, McAvoy pinching down the wall. Now Fox will step in front of Geekie. At the blue line, McAvoy to hold it in. And does. Pasternak will try to play it across ice, but Lafreniere takes that away. 5.5 minutes gone in this second period. Puck will angle in wide of Korpisalo. Rangers called for an icing.
Yeah, I think Rempe sticks probably a little longer than. But Keandre Miller's a tall guy.
He's 6'5".
I mean,
He's not a small guy by any stretch.
It's not like you're handing Ryan Lindgren a stick.
Just showed a replay of Pasternak going in behind the net. Got a little piece of Shesterkin in pursuit of that puck.
To get Lindgren's attention. Nothing crazy, but.
Didn't like the way they dropped that puck, so they'll have to do it again. Poitras taking this face-off offensive zone. This line's had some decent zone time so far tonight. Poitras, Brazo, and Frederick.
Zone time yesterday. Just Wahlstrom was on the line, not Brazo.
Off the face-off, Rangers will control this one. Lindgren got it into the neutral zone. Rangers won 14 out of 20 face-offs in the first period. As here's a shot in and out of Korpisalo's glove.
First shot of the period for the Rangers. Bruins ended up backing in there because of the turnover at the blue line.
And Aaron lost his balance behind the net, gave the Bruins a chance to clear the puck. They do, and down into the Ranger zone it goes. Around the near boards, popped off the wall. JT Miller brings through neutral ice. One hands one into the Bruins zone. Leaping around Coyle. Got it to Zibanejad. Shot, score! It's Panarin from the right circle. And the Rangers strike first here in the second period.
JT Miller's not going to get a point on this, but it's his forecheck, right? He dumps the puck in. Coyle tries to run a little interference. JT Miller jumps by him. He's going to finish the hit on Carlo below the goal line, near behind the net. And Carlo tries to go back up the boards with it, knowing he's going to get hit here by JT Miller. And the only guy there is Zibanejad on that right side. So F1, first forechecker is Miller. He finishes the hit. F2 takes away the strong side, Zibanejad, and then find the open man in the middle of the ice in the triangle there, and that's a wide open Artemi Panarin. I mean, that's textbook forecheck. F1, F2, F3 positioning, and the Bruins don't handle it well, and the puck's in the back of the net.
That's the 23rd goal of the year for Artemi Panarin, who had 49 a year ago in a 120-point season. So the Bruins down a goal, just over 6 minutes gone here in the second period. See how that impacts this game with the Rangers getting on the board.
Well, here's the way I'm guessing it impacts it. It's going to start to, the pace picks up.
A little bit more urgency here.
Yeah. You need something to happen before the pace picks up.
Yep. Beecher will dump
Let's
it
hope
in.
that's the case for the Bruins side.
Shesterkin played it off to the far side, wrapped back toward the near side for Schneider. Rangers moving left to right as Schneider comes to the red line and sends it in. Peak in the far corner, reverses it back to Zadorov. Makes the play to Pasternak, long pass through neutral ice. Geekie couldn't settle it down coming toward the Ranger blue line. DeAndre Miller sends it back over by the Ranger bench as they were finishing a change.
Good change.
Puck comes behind the net with Zadorov. Played up the near boards and missed everyone. That'll be an icing. 12:50 to go in the period.
Fans, Avidia Bank is teaming up with Boston legend Patrice Bergeron again this season for Kids to help donate $37,000 to help Metro West families pay for youth hockey. Get details now at avidiabank.com/Team Bergeron.
Zibanejad gets the lone assist on that goal by Panarin, as you mentioned. But it's been not exactly a stellar season numbers-wise for Zibanejad. He started to heat up
the plus
of late. Had a goal and 2 assists on Sunday in the win over Vegas. As Lohrei takes one far side, and he'll carry it through the neutral ice. Pass for Zacha. Lost it coming into the zone.
Guys haven't been able to handle passes. Penalty coming up to the Bruins.
Radzinski went down in pursuit of the puck. They're going to whistle a trip. And the Rangers will go to the power play with 12:24 to go here in the second and a 1-0 lead. We'll have that power play when we come back here to New York on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile and get fiber-powered internet at home and unbeatable 5G reliability on the go. So whether you're playing a game at home,
Yes, goal.
or attending one live, you can do more without spending more. Learn how to save at cox.com/internet. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. 2H 2023. Results may vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club. Politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize. And turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
Your vision benefits just got even better. Now at Pearl Vision, provide your updated prescription from your new eye exam and get 40% off lenses. Their eye care experts are ready to help you find the perfect pair of glasses that suit your style. Don't wait. Your new look is just a visit away. And they accept all major vision plans. Find your nearest location at pearlvision.com. Some restrictions and exclusions may apply. See participating stores for details.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com.
Morgan Geekie whistled off for tripping Brodzinski, and with 12:24 to go in the second, a 1-0 lead for the Rangers. New York will go to the power play for the first time.
Not much there. I don't know if Brodzinski stepped on the stick blade of Geekie, or didn't look like much, but he went down right in front of the penalty boxes.
Rangers power play, 21.3% success rate for the season.
Stick was in there. The power play goal the other day against the Bruins. Bruins did a good job early, and then the power play without Kreider raised a lot of eyebrows. He's back there now in front of the net.
JT Miller and Fox trading the puck along the right side. Sends one toward the net, does Miller, but peeling back toward the corner was Kreider. Fox dealt it across to the far side. Zibanejad tipped it down the wall and gets it right back. Now it's Panarin. Sends one toward Miller. Here's Fox coming down the right circle, and a shot up over the net. Kicks off the glass and out of the zone.
He didn't have a passing lane. Zadorov came out to challenge, so he tried to go short side high on Korpisalo. But that's good use of the bumper right there. That opens everything up.
Panarin complaining he might have gotten slashed by Zadorov. He's got the puck on his stick now on the far circle. Brings it toward the corner. Deals it back toward the point. JT Miller gives it right back to him, and now Miller rotates down the left wall. Fox back up top here for Panarin, coming to the right side. Fox down low, centering pass for Kreider. Couldn't get that one toward the net.
Was there. JT Miller took the front of the net that time, and Kreider popped out.
Fox carries it back toward the center of the blue line. Pass over to the left side. Zibanejad whistles one across ice. Panarin picks it up off the near boards. 50 seconds to go in the power play. Panarin walks it behind the Bruins net. Sacco takes away a pass intended for JT Miller and gets it out of the zone. Miller going to reload here quickly. Panarin on the left side will bank it around the boards toward the near side wall. Zadorov wins it from Kreider and clears it all the way down ice.
They all going to be able to get off?
Yep. Rangers went for a change as well. Shesterkin holding that puck. Keandre Miller comes back to get it. 20 to go on the power play. Miller into the neutral ice. Drops it back. Brodzinski deals it back for Lafreniere. Into the Boston zone they come. Brodzinski had a pass, hit him in the skate. Peek at the back of the Bruins net along with Coyle. And now McAvoy joins, and he gets the clear this time. And that will do it for the penalty to Geekie. 10:23 left here in the second. 1-0 Rangers have the lead. Both teams are 0 for 1 on the power play tonight. Miller starting it up ice here for New York. Pass ahead of the Boston line, tipped in across the line, but Callahan and McAvoy combined to volley it back out. Geekie got a piece of a pass from Miller, but kicked back into Rangers possession, with Borgen sending it over for Keandre Miller. Borgen from his own blue line. Pass ahead to the attacking blue line for Carrick. Floated one in just wide of Korpisalo. Reached out and couldn't get it. And That led to a chance coming in from the left circle.
That was a little
by
indecision, huh?
On the near boards, VC plays it deep here for Carrick, trying to center for Rempe. Knocked off of it by McAvoy, and puck brought up ice here by Pasternak. Poitras along the right wing side, gave to Pasternak, dealt it back toward the blue line, but Lafreniere was right there to take away. Played around Lohrei and in deep to the Boston zone. Peak reverses it toward Lohrei. Up the left side to Geekie. Cross ice pass finds Pasternak coming through neutral. Brings in across the Ranger line. Backhands one in front. It in airborne, and Peak tried to wave a stick at it to knock it down as he was coming toward the net. And back toward Boston zone. Old Kepke had rotated back. Now it's Trek getting into the Boston zone, and he gets caught with a high stick by Peak. So the Rangers will go right back to the power play here with 8:29 to go in the second. They lead it 1-0. And their second power play chance of the night coming up.
Did he actually get him, though? Or is it the stick of Trocheck? He lifted the stick of Trocheck. I'd like to see that again.
And we'll have to take another peek at that. But the Rangers will go to the man advantage. 8:59 to go here in the second. 1-0 New York on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CRV at your local Honda dealer.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for University Housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hello, my name is Jorge Gaviria, and I'm the founder of Hacienda. We partner with farmers in Mexico to bring heirloom corn products to every kitchen. With my Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One, I earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. And it has no preset spending limit, which means my purchasing power adapts to my business needs. My Spark card helps me fulfill my mission of bringing masa to the masses. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms and conditions apply. Find out more at CapitalOne.com/SparkCashPlus.
88 unread emails? Okay. New credit card? Delete. Congratulations, you've just won. Goodbye. COVID-19 news and delete. Wait, learn about treatment options for COVID-19. No and go. Okay, kind of catchy. Know that oral prescription treatment options are available for COVID-19 if you're at high risk. And go see your doctor if you experience symptoms or test positive. And forwarding that to mom.
Talk to your pharmacist or doctor if you or a loved one gets COVID-19. Know and go. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for University Housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
Andrew Peak called for a high-sticking minor with 8:59 to go here in the second period. Rangers will go to the power play with a 1-0 lead.
I'd love to get another look at it because it looked like Peak was lifting the stick of Trocheck, at least from first glance, and it was Trocheck's own stick that caught him. Bruins were complaining during that commercial timeout. Of course, we don't have Nesson here today, so we won't see a replay.
Here's Fox from the center of the blue line. Dealt over to the far side and a shot wide by Panarin. Zadorov trying to clear, but Zibanejad picked his pocket. Deals it around the far boards, poked up ice.
2-on-1.
And a chance here for Beecher up the right wing side. Beecher cuts right to the net. Fox knocked the puck away from him, and then Lindholm coming in late. Couldn't get the shot.
I applaud Beecher for trying to use his speed there, but if you just slow up a little bit and take a look and have some awareness, you've got Lindholm coming right down the middle of the ice, and it's a 2-on-1.
Puck will be brought back into the Bruins zone by JT Miller. Coyle reaching out to knock the puck away from Kreider. Now Marchand a chance to clear, and he does.
There's a time to use your speed, and then you use your speed to back a guy off, and then you slow it up and use the people around you.
Minute 5 to go on the penalty. Brodzinski gives to Lafreniere. Up the left side comes Brodzinski. Knocked to the wall by McAvoy. That frees the puck to Callahan.
McAvoy, he's loving the middle of the ice there and those little plays from the corner. He's done it today a couple of times. He did it yesterday several times. Effective.
Brodzinski will bring back into the Bruins zone. Down the right circle. Centering pass, and Korpisalo took one away from Riley Smith.
Smith got in between everybody there. Beecher and Callahan in the middle of the ice to get that chance.
Boyle will bring out of the Bruins zone and up to the Ranger blue line, and then his pass a little bit off angle, and Bruins wind up offside. 27 seconds left on the Peak penalty.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Beecher gets that puck in open ice. He's flying down the right wing side. I'm going to bury my shoulder and take it to the net, which is usually a good play. But if he takes a quick peek before he gets to the puck, he realizes that Lindholm's coming down the middle, and you create a 2-on-1 chance for yourself. All he does is he just sees Fox. Fox is playing center field. Shesterkin actually got the poke check as he tried to bring it strong to the front of the net, with Fox trying to take the angle on him.
Bruins win the face-off in the neutral ice, and Carlo dumps it down the ice. 20 to go in the power play. Rangers will come out of their zone, moving left to right here in the second period. Brodzinski got it into the Boston line, but got upended. Carlo sweeps it around behind the Bruins net toward the far side. Elias Lindholm holding it up against the boards as Smith digs at it. DeAndre Miller back to the point. Over to Borgen. His shot blocked by Zadorov. Peek out of the box to join the play here. Smith wrapped it around the glass toward the far side. Here's Miller at the point. Puck gets deflected and goes up and out of play as Trocheck tried to throw it to the net.
It's hockey season's the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. And remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
So 6:44 left here in the second. It's a 1-0 Ranger lead. The shots here in the second period are 3-2 New York and 11-6 so far. There have been 17 total shots in over 35 minutes of play. Or close to 35 minutes of play. My math
one
skills.
Goal.
McAvoy.
Middle of the ice.
Right to
Give it back to him.
Poitras coming through neutral zone. Lost it. Here's Rempe with a breakaway. Rempe moves right in, goes to the backhand, and Korpisalo makes the save to his right.
See, there's like, I want McAvoy joining the play there, but if Lohrei sees McAvoy joining the play, give it to him. Now you're the last guy. You know, McAvoy makes a good play out of the corner, and then he jumps into the rush. He's ahead of Lohrei. Lohrei tries to make a pass to the far blue line. McAvoy's already committed to going up the ice. That puck gets turned over. They come back. Rempe gets the breakaway, and a nice save by Korpisalo as Rempe tried to go to the backhand. But I'd give that puck to McAvoy because he's got the full head of steam going, and then you're the safety. You're the last guy. I mean, if he connects on the pass, fine. Then they can chip it to McAvoy, who's got the full head of steam going, but it doesn't connect, and now you get a breakaway.
Puck will be directed in wide of Korpisalo here from center ice. Zadorov takes a hit behind the net, moved it toward the near corner. Kastelik pushed it up the wall. Brazo giving chase against Jones inside the Ranger zone. Helps force a turnover. Brazo along the near boards, though, wrestled away from it, and it'll be Panarin coming back through the neutral ice. Zadorov just inside the Boston line, got it back. Peak skates it ahead toward the red line. Now carries into the New York zone. Slips through a check from Jones. Throws a wide-angle shot towards Shesterkin.
He's been a little bit more active offensively. Peak has.
With 7 points in the last 14 games.
For a defensive defense.
Yeah. Here's Lindholm with a shot. Goes up and over the net. Got 13 points in 49 games for the season. Like angled off the far boards. Carlo pinching down the wall, but it'll be chipped past him.
He's been pretty reliable, and you know, him and Zadorov have been a pair here for a little while. They were asked to play more minutes than you really want them to play for a little while there, and it finally caught up to him in that Buffalo game.
There's Geekie with a chance from the right circle, but Shesterkin with a glove save hangs on to it. Timeout with 5:05 to go here in the second. It's the Rangers 1, Bruins nothing on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
With Cox Mobile, you're covered coast to coast, so you can call your friends anytime on that road trip from New York City to LA, even in, Franklin, Illinois.
Huh, what if I call from Franklin, Georgia?
Yep, covered.
Ooh, Franklin, Texas?
Uh-huh.
Franklin, Kansas, Missouri, Virginia, Nebraska,
Yeah, all
Connecticut.
covered. Cox Mobile runs on the network with more nationwide coverage than T-Mobile and has call quality you can rely on. Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile. Cox Internet required. Comparison based on percentage of area covered by T-Mobile as compared to Cox Mobile from FCC National Broadband Map of U.S. as of 12/31/23. Learn more at cox.com/mobile.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You can help an old lady get across the street, save somebody from choking when they're out to eat. But there's one thing that'll help you the most. It's giving blood while you relax and read the Morning Post. Good karma by the pint. Good blood. Donate blood and then you just might save 3 people's lives and get a season's worth of good vibes.
Visit Rhode Island Blood Center to get your Good Karma by the pint.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
5:05 left here in the second period. Rangers with a 1-0 lead. Big roar in the crowd for Steve Sciarippa, former star of The Sopranos, in attendance here tonight on the Celebrity Row.
Good in Blue Bloods, too.
Can't say I've seen a whole lot of Blue Bloods.
Oh, yeah, he was good in them. He is good in them. I think they just finished the last season.
5:05 left here in the
much
first.
different role than The Sopranos.
Yeah. I think it would have to be. So face-off in the offensive zone here for the Bruins. They trail 1-0. Just about 5 minutes to go in the second. Sacco wins it back to McAvoy, who winds and fires. It goes up off the back glass. Sacco's got it back to Pasternak. One-timer got blocked. Pasternak got it right back and scores! First shot was blocked, came right back onto his stick, and he beats Shesterkin and ties the game at 1.
Yeah, he's in that kind of run right now. You know, even when the first shot gets blocked, it ends up right back on his stick. Good setup initially, gets blocked, and then all of a sudden it's back on his stick in the same exact spot that he tried the first shot from. And this one's going to find the back of the net. Geekie parked in front of the net. It looks like some traffic there. You had Geekie there. You also had Borgen there. So a little bit of a screen. You got a bunch of blue shirts around him, but he doesn't get all of this, but Shesterkin doesn't see it. He's in the right wing circle, maybe the right wing hash marks towards the middle of the ice, and Pasternak continues the hot hand.
That extends his point streak to 12 straight, 11 goals and 14 assists in the last 12 games. And the Bruins have evened it up. As Elias Lindholm gets one for Marchand here, shoots and scores! And just like that, the Bruins go from 1 down to 1 up. Elias Lindholm makes it 2-1.
I want to say this shot deflected on its way in. Lindholm gets it in the right wing circle. As the puck comes in, Marchand kind of helps make this play, but Lindholm gets this puck. He's on his forehand. He's a right-hand shot. He's in the right wing circle, moving to his right. And it sure looked like this one got deflected. Marchand gets to it first, keeps it alive. Lindholm gets it. I mean, he's way over on that right side. The shot is taken. Oh, yeah, it deflects off of Fox, the left leg of Fox.
So 10th of the year for Elias Lindholm, and the Bruins now leading by 1. 4.5 minutes left in the period. 16 seconds apart, those two goals by Pasternak and Lindholm. Rangers will try to answer. Puck gets directed deep by Cooley. Lohrei gets back onto it. Pass to the left side here for Pasternak and drags it out of the zone. Try to deal it for Sacco coming ahead of the line. Didn't connect. Sacco, though, Wins it back off the near boards and gives it to Geekie. He hands off for Lohrei, who was cocked and ready for a one-timer.
But handcuffed him.
Geekie backhands it down the boards. Pastrnak has it taken away. DeAndre Miller goes behind the net. Miller was the one who blocked that initial Pastrnak shot. Looked like he shaking off his hand after he took that one, but right back out there for his next shift. Here's Borgen to start it out of the Ranger zone. Up the right side to Carrick. Callahan steps over to him. Puck comes behind the net. Rempe loaded up, but Carlo took it away. Pass for Frederick didn't connect. It'll come back toward Korpisalo.
Yeah, a long way to go, but don't forget that save on the breakaway by Korpisalo on Rempe.
Rempe in his own zone here, dropping one back. And now Schneider had it knocked away by Brazo, who had a clear lane to the net, but couldn't turn quickly enough to get that puck onto his stick. Brazo played it down deep now, and he'll jump over the boards on a line change. Poitras and Frederick in deep. Poitras gets tackled in the far corner. Frederick had his stick get wedged in the Zamboni door. And now the Bruins back off as the Rangers come forward. Schneider dumps it in. Peak played it past to Voracek and Carrick at the blue line. Say that was held in by Cooley. Second effort, Bruins get it out. 2.5 to go in the period. Brodzinski leaves one at the blue line, and it's taken back by Beecher. Zadorov to Peak, and up the right side to Koepke. Hit on the far wall and driven into the boards in front of the Bruins bench. The puck comes deep. Koepke swings it deep here for Beecher. Catch a piece of the netting out of play.
Well, we'll talk about it in between periods, but when we talk about staying disciplined and staying within your game, even when it's not maybe going great for you and you're not doing the things that you really want to do and the game's playing the way that you want to have it played with that sense of urgency, you stay disciplined, kill a couple of penalties, a couple of Ranger power plays. Stay within yourself. Don't make the mistake. Don't have a mistake beat you. And eventually you take advantage of they've had 9 shots. There's 2 minutes left in the second period. The Bruins have. So it hasn't like it's been an onslaught, but they took advantage.
And your best player makes a play. Off the far wall.
Charlie McAvoy, by the way, an assist on one of those goals there. 300 career points for McAvoy.
Fox gets it into the Bruins zone. Smith going behind the net. Shouldered by Zacha. Puck came back to Lindgren for a drive. Korpisalo with the save and then covers it up.
Stay within your game. You get a save from Korpisalo on on the breakaway. But now it's a matter of, okay, let's finish this period up the right way. Continue to protect the middle of the ice. Continue to give your goaltender a clean line of sight to the shots being taken from the point. And why not push?
Marchand and Zadorov assisting on the Lindholm goal.
Well, Marchand makes that play.
Yeah. And then McAvoy along with Zacha on the Pastrnak goal. Face off to the right of Korpisalo. Coyle wins it. Peak will steer it up the right side. Lindholm taps it forward. JT Miller skating back into his own zone. Plays behind the net over to the far side for Lindgren. Long pass across the ice. JT Miller picked it up off the carom. Zadorov swatted it away.
Good gap.
Zadorov going behind the Bruins net. Long pass up the near side. And it goes past Marchand and goes down for an icing. We talked a little bit earlier.
Frustrated with himself, and I think Marchand was going to come over and say something, and he saw Zadorov slam the boards. He knows, so I'm just going to leave that one alone.
Let the big guy be right now.
Well, I mean, you got to make a better play than that. Coyle won the face-off last time. It was on the other side. He's going to take it again here
against Trocheck.
Trocheck's been really good in the face-off circle the last few games, all season really. But he wins this one.
That's 8 out of 11 for him tonight.
Yeah, he's the go-to guy for them.
Coyle in the near corner trying to keep it locked up as Borgen and Coyle both hit the deck. Puck will come behind the net. Trocheck was looking for a call. Referee saying no, and here comes Lindholm up ice.
One earlier.
Lindholm down the right wing side, going around behind the net. It takes a shove from Miller going into the near corner, and stay with that puck. Instead, Lafreniere will clear it. Trocheck from the red line chips it past Callahan and chases him, Carlo, into the near corner as they go crashing into the boards.
Well, Trocheck's going to get a penalty here for knocking down Marchand.
Interference is the call.
Yeah, Marchand's off the pack here. He's off the battle for the puck. He's a couple feet away, and Trocheck comes over and just knocks him down. I don't know if it's a cross check or interference, but either way.
New York Rangers penalty, number 16, 2 minutes interference.
Well, the Bruins
could have called either one.
Second power play.
Could have called either one.
So moments after he was lobbying for a call back behind the Bruins net, he takes one himself.
He doesn't like it, but it's
still arguing.
I don't know if he thought Marchand embellished it and knew it was coming and went down, but he certainly did it.
So Bruins 0 for 1 on the man advantage so far tonight.
Hope this power play looks a little bit better than the last one.
Yeah, first one was within seconds of the start of the game. It's McAvoy's shot gets knocked down in front. Pasternak throws one on net, and Shesterkin has lost his stick. Poitras gets it down low for Brazo. It'll come around the near boards and evades Pasternak and out of the zone.
Yeah, this is kind of a makeshift power play, huh?
And McAvoy coming to the red line will dump it in. Shesterkin stick back in his hands. Couldn't stop that puck behind the net, but it'll be cleared back down ice by Schneider. Brazo, Geeky, Pasternak, Poitras, and McAvoy.
Marchand and Lindholm were on the ice, and there was a couple icings.
Final 10 seconds of the period. Puck dumped in around the near boards. Popped free here to Pasternak, trying to backhand it toward the net. Blocked by Cooley. Comes out of the zone. And that'll do it for the period. Bruins will carry 1:13 worth of power play time into the third. And they will also carry a 2-1 lead thanks to those goals by Pasternak and Lindholm in the final 5 minutes of the second period. 2-1 Boston on top. Here on the 98.5 The Stub Bruins Radio Network. Versatile Honda CRV at your local Honda dealer.
With Cox Mobile, you're covered coast to coast, so you can call your friends anytime on that road trip from New York City to L.A., even in, Franklin, Illinois.
Huh, what if I call from Franklin, Georgia?
Yep, covered.
Ooh, Franklin, Texas?
Uh-huh.
Franklin, Kansas, Missouri, Virginia, Nebraska,
all
Connecticut?
covered. Cox Mobile runs on the network with more nationwide coverage than T-Mobile and has call quality you can rely on. Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile. Cox Internet required. Comparison based on percentage of area covered by T-Mobile as compared to Cox Mobile from FCC National Broadband Map of U.S. as of 12/31/23. Learn more at cox.com/mobile.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So, I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
At Enterprise, we know you're constantly on the move. Getting this?
Thanks, Mom.
Fixing that. You reach a destination. And then it's on to the next. And when life is moving at the speed of, well, life, Enterprise is right there with you. Around the corner and around the globe. We'll keep you moving forward. Enterprise. For lives in drive.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Cox powers the Big Easy on the biggest game days of the year. And this year, we're going even bigger. We've supercharged the Caesars Superdome, upgrading capacity from 10 to 40 gigs. And now we're connecting fans across the country with multi-gig speeds everywhere, so you can enjoy every hit and touchdown from the Dome to your home. As the nation's fastest internet provider, Cox is always stepping up our game. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions may apply. Nation's fastest internet provider is based on average download speeds from highspeedinternet.com speed tests in 2023.
I speak to you on this terrible, terrible time, one that has deeply affected the hearts and minds of people in Israel and people around the world. Our homes, our communities were looted and set on fire, causing immense suffering. None since the Holocaust has so many Jews been killed in one day. We are at war.
The International Fellowship of Christians and Jews is on the ground, delivering life-saving aid during this unprecedented terror crisis in Israel. An emergency gift today of $45 to the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews will help provide food, water, medicine, trauma care for kids, even things like diapers and games for children huddled in bomb shelters. We are calling on you to help. Give today at ifcj.org. That's ifcj.org.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
As Elias Lindholm gets one from Marchand here, shoots and scores! And just like that, the Bruins go from one down to one up. Elias Lindholm makes it 2-1. Elias Lindholm's goal, our Timberline Construction amazing play, presented by Timberline Construction, providing truly exceptional service in construction management, pre-construction, design, build, and due diligence support. Learn more at timberlineconstruction.com. Timberline Construction, exceptional, no exceptions. Bruins have a 2-1 lead thanks to those goals by David Pastrnak and Elias Lindholm, just 16 seconds apart as we come to our second intermission tonight, and it has been
for all the heat that the Bruins have taken for once they score a goal and they give up one. I mean, okay, give them credit, right?
Yeah.
It has not been a thing of beauty, that's for sure. And in the Bruins, 10 shots through 2 periods, they've only given up 14. I don't think either team has been at the top of their game, but now you've got a 2-1 game going into the third. I would expect a fairly entertaining third period. I expect a big push from the Rangers, and we'll see how the Bruins handle it. But it has not been one to a game where you'd say, wow, up and down. It's been great. It's been action. It's been intensity. It's just, but we said it for the Bruins standpoint. Okay, after the first, it's scoreless. You didn't play very well. You had 3 or 4 shots in the first period, whatever they finally gave him credit for, and nothing dangerous. And then, you come out in the second, and it's kind of more of the same. There's not a whole lot going on. The Rangers end up scoring to make it 1-0, and it's a great forecheck by the Rangers. And Brandon Carlo goes back to try to handle that puck. Does he have another option? Maybe go behind the net and try to use, your partner's not over there yet, but try to go behind the net with it. And it's a good forecheck by JT Miller after the dump in. Soft dump, gets in there quick. F2 is right where he needs to be, and Zibanejad taking away the strong side boards, and Panarin's open in front of the net. Or in the slot area, in the right wing circle, kind of in the slot area, and it's a bang play. So really good forecheck, really good finish by Panarin. How do the Bruins handle it? We said, all right, stay disciplined. Do not start making mistakes because you're down, you trail in the game. Trust we'll call it the process, because that's what they call it all the time. Trust that process. Trust your structure. Don't get out of your game plan, but pick it up a little bit. Have a little bit more sense of urgency. They gave up a breakaway, 1-0. They gave up a breakaway to Rempe, and it was a good save by Korpisalo. Okay, your goaltender makes a good save. He hasn't had to make a ton today. Right. Neither is Shesterkin on the other end. But then you have you get a nice bounce. You make your bounce. You make your play. You get it to Pastrnak in the slot. First shot gets blocked, comes right back to him. And the second shot, he makes it count with some good traffic in front. But then it's what do you do after that? And right after that, good shift by Brad Marchand, right? Wins a battle on the left wing boards, wins a battle on the far corner, wins a race, I should say, to the puck in the far corner. And eventually this puck comes to Lindholm. who lets that shot go. He's outside the dot on the right wing circle. Not a great angle, but it deflects off of Adam Fox, and it beats Shesterkin. So you get a good bounce there, but you get a good bounce, but you make your bounce because you won 2 races for pucks. Marchand did on that shift. So, good on them to stick with it. And now they got to finish it off the right way and make this your best period. Win a period, win a game, and, just make it your best period because they haven't put their best foot forward yet.
Yeah.
Defensively, they've been okay.
Yeah. Listen, we've been talking all week, as Joe Sacco talked about, using these 4 games, treating them like playoff games heading into the 2-week break that they've got coming up for the 4 nations. This has not felt like that type of intensity, but now you've got a 1-goal lead to protect going into the third period.
All different games, right? I mean, it's you get different games during a season. They're dialed in kind of mentally. They haven't executed great, but they're dialed in mentally to make sure that they're not giving up a whole lot at the other end. Now it's a matter of, can you close this thing out the right way? Can you extend the lead? If you get a chance to do that, you've got a power play to start the period, 1 minute and 13 seconds to start this period. But you're ahead in the third period when points are at a premium. You need to close this thing out the right way. And you get points out of this game one way or another, preferably 2 in regulation. But you get points out of this game one way or another.
Yeah, points are at a premium for both of these teams as they try to battle their way in a playoff position.
The Rangers to be coming hard.
Absolutely. Rangers also have lost 3 out of 4. They need a win here tonight. Artemi Panarin, 6:07 from Zibanejad, gave the Rangers that 1-0 lead, but then Pasternak and Lindholm with back-to-back goals, and the Bruins have a 2-1 lead. Music of the game brought to you by Live Nation. Dance Kid Dance Tour is live in Boston at TD Garden Saturday, July 19th with special guest Bush. Get tickets now at livenation.com. We'll get Sports Hub headlines with Joe Murray next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
With Cox Mobile, you're covered coast to coast, so you can call your friends anytime on that road trip from New York City to LA, even in, Franklin, Illinois.
Huh, what if I call from Franklin, Georgia?
Yep, covered.
Ooh, Franklin, Texas?
Uh-huh.
Franklin, Kansas, Missouri, Virginia, Nebraska,
all
Connecticut.
covered. Cox Mobile runs on the network with more nationwide coverage than T-Mobile and has call quality you can rely on. Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile. Cox Internet required. Comparison based on percentage of area covered by T-Mobile as compared to Cox Mobile from FCC National Broadband Map of US as of 12/31/23. Learn more at cox.com/mobile.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
To succeed in business today, you need up-to-the-minute skills. At Northeastern University's DeMoore McKim School of Business, we're not just keeping pace with the future, we're defining it. You'll gain business strategy expertise, leveraging AI, data, and technology. Through transformative experiences, you'll prepare to lead with impact. Connect with us for a Graduate Career Center overview on February 11th. Save your spot at northeastern.edu/business events.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines.
All right, only 2 other games on the NHL slate tonight. Coming up in just a little bit, Chicago, they host Edmonton at 9:30, and then the late night game tonight, it'll be the LA Kings hosting the Montreal Canadiens. We have a blockbuster trade that just went down. Jimmy Butler goes from Miami. He's been traded to the Golden State Warriors. It's a 4-team trade. Miami will receive Andrew Wiggins and a first-round pick. Butler has opted out of his contract next year and agreed to a new 2-year, $121 million extension with the Warriors. The Celtics traded Jaden Springer today to Houston. It was for a future second-round pick. The NBA trade deadline is tomorrow. The Celtics take on Dallas. They did defeat Cleveland last night. Drew Holiday is listed as questionable for that one. Some other trades around the NBA. Chris Middleton going from Milwaukee to Washington for Kyle Kuzma. And Daniel Tice on the move. He goes to Oklahoma City. And the first injury report is out for the Super Bowl. Jalen Carter limited at practice today for the Eagles. The 50-50 raffle presented by DraftKings, currently benefiting the Boston Bruins Foundation, an organization that collaborates with charitable organizations that demonstrate a commitment to health and wellness, education, and athletics. To support the Boston Bruins Foundation and enter for a chance to win half of the jackpot, visit bostonbruins.com/5050 to purchase tickets. The winner of the raffle will be announced on February 11th at 10 p.m. I'm Joe Murray. The third period is next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
We could tell you what it's like to drive the Nissan Rogue and tell you all about its performance capabilities, like its VC turbo engine. It's I can go virtually anywhere type of freedom. Nice. But you don't have to take our word for it. Go drive it for yourself. You're up. Experience the power of the Nissan Rogue.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on Rogue. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. For well-qualified buyers, 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on new 2025 Rogue and dealer stock. Example, 0 down payment. 60 months financing at $17.92 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to residency restrictions and NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 3/3/2025.
Ever notice that OW? OW is the beginning of owner? If you run a small business, you get it. From power outages to equipment failures, to delivery mishaps. There's only so much you can control. Fortunately, that includes talking to an independent agent about safety insurance. Safety's competitive property and liability coverage provides protection from business interruptions, equipment breakdowns, and many other business ownership issues. Safety insurance will help you manage life storms.
88 unread emails? Okay. New credit card? Delete. Congratulations, you've just won. Goodbye. COVID-19 news and delete. Wait, learn about treatment options for COVID-19. No and go. Okay, kind of catchy. Know that oral prescription treatment options are available for COVID-19 if you're at high risk. And go see your doctor if you experience symptoms or test positive. And forwarding that to mom.
Talk to your pharmacist or doctor if you or a loved one gets COVID-19. Know and go. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Your vision benefits just got even better. Now at Pearl Vision, provide your updated prescription from your new eye exam and get 40% off lenses. Their eye care experts are ready to help you find the perfect pair of glasses that suit your style. Don't wait. Your new look is just a visit away. And they accept all major vision plans. Find your nearest location at pearlvision.com. Some restrictions and exclusions may apply. See participating stores for details.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Media Group Station. This is a black and gold flashback.
Now Krejci cruises through the middle. Comes McAvoy. Near circle. DeBrusque centers, deflected. They score! Charlie McAvoy with his first goal of the season. An overtime winner here at the United Center. The Boston Bruins record a 2-1 win over the Blackhawks, and they have now won 5 consecutive games.
Tonight's Black and Gold flashback taking us back to 5 years ago tonight. Charlie McAvoy's third overtime career game-winning goal. As they beat Chicago 2-1, he now has 7 career overtime game winners. He also has an assist, his 300th career point tonight. Assisting on that goal by David Pastrnak that got the game tied at 15:03 of the second, along with Pavel Zacha. And then Elias Lindholm 16 seconds later from Marchand and Zadorov. That Pasternak goal is our delivery of the game, delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Electrical contractors, get on board the GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to GCEnighttrain.com to order. Bruins up a goal as we start the third period, and they will have a minute 13 of power play time to start the period as well. So it'll be Sacco, Lindholm, Pasternak, Marchand, and McAvoy as the five-man unit to get it started here. Vanajad and Kreider along with Lindgren and Schneider as the penalty killers for New York. Vanajad wins the face-off, and the puck dumped down deep by Schneider. Korpisalo will hand it off for McAvoy. There's a quick pivot behind the net. Pass up ice here for Lindholm, and he dumps it in. Around the boards it goes to the far side. Marchand had his stick lifted by Kreider, and Rangers again clear it all the way down. 50 to go in the power play as McAvoy skates it out to his own blue line. Pass right side for Pasternak. He sends it around the boards.
Dump-ins from the same spot.
Marchand reversed it around toward the near side. Lindgren pivots away from Lindholm, and Savannah will play it across ice.
So they abandon the delay play coming up the ice. They dump it in. Pasternak dumps it in twice from the right wing side, and they got nothing from it. Now they go with the delay.
They drop it back for Pasternak coming ahead, trying to spring Sacco through the defense, but missed him.
Of those early period power plays.
You say that. It's
true. I mean, when you have a good power play to start a period, it's like, it's almost shocking.
Puck hits Geeky as it was coming around the glass. Tipped up into the air. Cooley bats it toward the blue line. Carrick will bring it ahead. Trocheck's out of the box and joins the rush.
It's close to my hand pass there.
It was.
You can do it in your own zone, but that puck almost came out of the zone. Right on the blue line. Picked it up
right at the line, yeah. On the end boards, Peak able to hold Carrick at bay. Zadorov sends one out of the zone. Tapped toward the near side by Fox, but grabbed by Geeky. He brings across the line. Shot was blocked off of DeAndre Miller's stick. Coyle out of the far corner. Got it in front. A chance for Beecher. Couldn't get it settled. And Lafreniere leads the Rangers back the other direction. Puck floated toward the near corner. McAvoy will get to it first. Up the wall. Kept in by Lindgren. Toward the slot. Taken there by Lohrei. 2 minutes into this third period. Bruins leading 2-1. McAvoy tried to dump it in and goes into the Ranger bench instead.
Well, they don't do anything on the power play, but then Beecher has a chance, and well, you don't get that many chances in a game. You know, and you get an opportunity from that spot right there, you want to make something of it. At least force the goaltender to make a save or have the defense come up with a huge block. But
Beecher had another chance earlier tonight on a 2-on-1. Try to drive to the net.
I'm between on that one. You know, I like the fact that he wanted to take it hard to the net and strong to the net from his off wing. But on the other side of it, if you have a little bit more awareness, you know that you got Lindholm coming down the middle wide open, and you can at least create a 2-on-1.
Puck inside the Boston blue line here. Zibanejad trying to find the handle. Instead, Lohrei gets it out.
A lot of times, if you take it strong to the net, you're going to create a penalty, or B, a loose puck, like right in the crease area where, you know, Lindholm can try to get to it. So, but Shesterkin with a nice poke check.
Poitras gets knocked down here by Schneider. Rangers will bring out of their zone with Panarin. Dealing to a cutting Schneider, coming through neutral ice. Carries across the Boston line. Pivots toward the wall. Crunched there by Brazo. Zibanejad wraps it toward the near corner. Panarin walks it out along the near boards. Now Zibanejad drags it back in front. And Korpisalo up against the near post to make the save and cover.
Yeah, he's a right-hand shot, Zibanejad is, and he's off to the right of Korpisalo on the left wing side. And when he gets that puck, his back is to the back boards, and he's going to spin. And did he try to go? He did go between the legs. Yeah, he tried to go between the legs on it. Korpisalo just held his position on the short side post.
Face off to his right with 17:10 to go. 14 saves on 15 shots for Jonas Korpisalo so far tonight. 8 out of 10 for Shesterkin. Carlo wraps one hard up the boards, and it'll go down into the Rangers zone. Marchand chasing in there. Shesterkin forced to come out and play the puck around the far wall. Coyle gets to it first. Marchand out of the left wing corner. Back to Callahan. One-timer knocked down in the far circle. Coyle will pick it up from there. Comes to the side of the net, trying to tuck it in.
Yeah, Coyle beat his man down low. It's man-on-man D down low, and beats his man and said, I'm taking it right to the front of the net.
Marchand regains a puck coming through neutral ice.
Almost too many.
Here's Coyle throwing one in front. Shesterkin gets a blocker on it. Marchand bumps into him. They're going to call this a penalty?
No.
And now everyone gathers in right along the side of the crease.
It's hardly a tap. Shesterkin does this a lot. Marchand's coming to the crease. Shesterkin's popping out to the top of the crease to play this puck and get a blocker. Marchand's going behind him. There's nothing there.
Marchand helmetless, being dragged toward the penalty box by the linesman.
Nothing there. Shesterkin's one of the biggest, we'll say, embellishers in the league. It's nothing. He doesn't even really embellish it. I take that back. He doesn't even really embellish this. It's just there's nothing there. It's a bump. He's being forced into the crease. He taps him.
Yeah, Cooley was kind of riding him into the crease there.
He came out to play the puck. It's nothing. It's incidental contact.
Yeah, you'd like to think that's no harm, no foul.
There's nothing there. You run him over, that's one thing.
Number 63, 2 minutes for roughing on the goaltender.
He tapped
roughing.
My God, that's just...
So the Rangers get a power play here with 16:35 to go, down by 1.
Pasternak's still arguing with the referee. He's not getting anywhere. There's nothing there. And then he gets his helmet ripped off and gets
he's at the bottom of the pile there.
And it's just, it's soft, right? Like, there's just nothing there.
I mean, is it reputation call?
I don't know. Geeky got a penalty yesterday for lifting the guy's stick. That's not a reputation call. I don't understand that.
Rangers encroached on the face-off circle.
I mean, he literally barely touched him.
Yeah.
And Cooley's kind of pushing him that direction anyhow.
A face-off to the left of Korpisalo here.
But he does have the reputation around the league.
Shesterkin,
definitely.
Yeah.
There's a game a few years ago here where he went down and laid there, and it was towards the end of the game, and the concussion spotter made him leave, and he was furious.
Right.
Well, he laid there.
Right. Don't act like you're hurt. They won't take you off
and
the ice.
It happened the other day. I'm trying to remember who it was. He got touched. Oh, it was Tkachuk. Brady Tkachuk. Little shot. He laid in the crease, and then he decided to get into the scrum.
Right.
And Tkachuk laid him out with a left.
Rangers getting set up on the power play here with Kreider on the left circle. Deals up top for Fox. Fox passes off right side, and Panarin put one through the top of the crease and wide. It kicks all the way back out to the red line. Minute 5 to go in the Ranger power play. Zibanejad tried to play it down the wall, cut off by Carlo, scales one all the way down ice. Shesterkin from behind the Ranger net.
You got a little extra in your penalty kill on this one, right? Your captain, instrumental in that second goal. You know, emotional leader, doesn't do anything here, doesn't deserve anything in a penalty. You make sure that you're digging in.
Lafreniere to Smith just inside the blue line pass from Miller. Let it go. Trocheck will wrap it deep. Lafreniere skates it toward the near side. Smith back up top. Keandre Miller gave it up and got it right back. Miller shadowed by Beecher. Dealt it to Lafreniere in the left circle. Back to Miller. Back over to the far side. Trocheck shot blocked. Loose in front. Scramble for it. Korpisalo made one save, and Lafreniere had the puck jump past him as he went for the rebound. Here's Miller. Back over to that far side. Brodzinski peels away from Beecher. 5 to go in the power play. Miller to Brodzinski, a shot. That hit Trocheck. Comes back to Miller. High slot. Shot. Score. Trocheck redirected on the back door. Just as the power play expired, Marchand is hot.
Yeah,
and giving the referee what for, but the Rangers have tied it.
He had just hopped out of the box, so I think it's a 5-on-5 goal, but certainly was not back in the play. It just came out of the penalty box. He should be hot. That's a gift. It's a good passing play. It's a good finish by Trocheck. Keandre Miller finds him back door, but that's a gift.
16th of the year for Trocheck. As you mentioned, will be a 5-on-5 goal officially.
Perfect redirect by Trocheck. Nice look from Keandre Miller out at the point.
So it's a 2-2 game, 14 and a half minutes to go. As Borgen will play one away from Geekie out into the neutral zone. Callahan settles a bouncing puck. Pass for Geekie in front of the Bruins bench.
Well, this game's pretty much where it should be, though, right now. It tied it 2.
It's been an even game.
Don't agree with the way it got there, but...
Kreider dumps one deep. Korpisalo steered it around toward the far side. Poitras ridden toward the boards by Cooley. He comes over and takes the puck. Long pass ahead for Pasternak. He had handled it cleanly, might have had a break. Instead, he's got Frederick along the left wing side. Frederick passes it back to McAvoy. McAvoy skates away from Carrick. Hands off along that left circle for Geekie. Shot blocked by Carrick. In the corner, Pasternak able to juggle it, keep it alive. Back to Lohrei. His shot smothered, goes wide of the net. Pasternak picks it up in behind. Comes around toward the near side. Tried to center. Blocked by Kreider. Gets it right back. Centers for Koepke, and he one time to just wide.
That was there for him. He came off the bench. Koepke did. Made a beeline for the slot. The pass was right in his wheelhouse. Missed the net. Low to the glove side. Koepke on a perfect play.
Koepke battling his way down deep here. Lohrei joins him. Gives to Koepke at the back of the net. Angled off puck by Keandre Miller. Now Jones will take it toward the far side here for the Rangers and lift one high up into the air. And it goes out of play. 13:06 to go here in regulation. Rangers have tied it at 2. Here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
With Cox Mobile, you're covered coast to coast, so you can call your friends anytime on that road trip from New York City to LA, even in, Franklin, Illinois.
Huh, what if I call from Franklin, Georgia?
Yep, covered.
Ooh, Franklin, Texas?
Uh-huh.
Franklin, Kansas, Missouri, Virginia, Nebraska,
all covered. Cox Mobile runs on the network with more nationwide coverage than T-Mobile and has call quality you can rely on. Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile. Cox Internet required. Comparison based on percentage of area covered by T-Mobile as compared to Cox Mobile from FCC National Broadband Map of US as of 12/31/23. Learn more at cox.com/mobile.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ready to prioritize yourself in the new year? Your skin is a great place to start. Dime Beauty, founded by a master esthetician, is more than just a skincare company. With 4 skin-conscious categories, skincare, beauty, body care, and fragrance, Dime offers simple, spa-worthy products that will help you enter 2025 with confidence. Whether you're revitalizing your regimen with nourishing products or building one from scratch, Dime makes it easy. The Work System, our all-in-one best-selling routine, includes a cleanser of your choice, toner, serums, and moisturizers, taking the guesswork out of skincare for your healthiest, happiest skin yet. Dime's commitment to clean ingredients and sustainable packaging ensures every product is as gentle on your skin as it is on the planet. With thousands of glowing 5-star reviews and a loyal community, the results speak for themselves. Revive your skin and give yourself the routine refresh you deserve by visiting dimebeautyco.com. That's dimebeautyco.com. Your best skin awaits.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Bruins have 4 assists tonight. With those feeds, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation has donated another $400 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about feeding the puck for families at 985thesportshub.com. feed the puck. The entire time we were away.
Just finished.
Brad Marchand was chatting with Kelly Sutherland, referee, about that penalty.
I think he was pretty sure he was refereeing yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, you know, he wouldn't talk to Marchand until he calmed down. And once Marchand calmed down during that commercial break, he came over, animated, but back and forth discussion. And then Sutherland just went over and talked to Peter Laviolette before this puck is going to be dropped here. I think Marchand eventually was saying, I want you to look at it after, and you tell me if it's a call or not. You know, but doesn't help us now, right? But
13 minutes to go in a tie game. Lafreniere will bring it up ahead here for the Rangers and shoots one over Korpisalo off the back glass. Shot by Borgen gets through and a pad stop.
You can have a conversation with referees more often than not. At least you used to be able to.
There's a centering pass, Miss Smith.
You know, and there's some back and forth, some yelling, but then once you calm down and have that conversation, you can, you know, basically tell them, look, you take a look at it in between periods, and you tell me if that's a good call or not.
Well, and a good official should have that back and forth.
They don't have the replay.
Yeah.
In that situation, they don't.
We're trying to play it down the far boards. It'll deflect out of play. Bruins will get an attack zone face-off here.
Well, if it deflected or not, he sent a couple into their stands here today. Fans, hockey season's the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. And remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Vincent Trocheck from Keandre Miller and Johnny Brodzinski at 5:27, the official scoring of that goal. Trocheck's 16th of the year. He is playing landlord to JT Miller, a good friend of his. He's moved in with Trocheck and his family. Last year, I guess Trocheck had Cooley living with him.
Miller grew up in eastern Ohio, and Trocheck was a Pittsburgh guy, and so they played together. They were younger. Not too far away.
Trocheck said Miller's an early riser because he's got kids, so he's not worried about his kids waking up Miller the way he was last year with Cooley, a younger kid. As Brodzinski with a shot blocked by Coyle kicks out of the zone. Brodzinski dealt over for Lindgren, and as he tried to get it back in, Rangers are going to get whistled offside here with 11:34 to play. And one more game for the Bruins before the 2-week break. It'll be against Vegas Golden Knights. 3:30-ish on Saturday afternoon at TD Garden.
3:30's overly optimistic. There's no chance.
That's what's on the schedule, but TV will delay that.
Just like last week, right?
Yeah,
Where did we start at 3:50 last week?
3:50 was this puck drop. Yep. Dug off the far boards, played down deeper by Cooley, but Callahan there. Around behind the net it comes to Carlo. Up through the neutral zone and through everyone. That's going to be an icing.
I believe Brazo couldn't handle that pass at his hip. Wasn't quite tape to tape.
Not exactly.
Hip high.
Been a lot of not connecting passes tonight on both sides. Game's gotten a little better as it's gone on.
It has.
The first period was an interesting one.
No, it wasn't.
Backhanded
nothing
out
compelling
of the zone
about the
here by
first
Poitras.
period at all.
Off the near side boards, and Brodzinski will get it deep. Let me put it this way. If you are having trouble sleeping tonight, put on the tape of the first period. On the far side, it'll come to Lindgren near the center of the blue line. Gives over to Fox and right back to Lindgren. He will throw one to the net. Tipped on goal by Kreider.
Kreider gets a stick on everything.
Fox has it again on the far side. Lindgren back to Fox. Working his way to the right circle. Threw one in front. That one redirected toward the corner. 10.5 to go here in a tie game. Koepke starts it up ice. He'll drag it across the line. Trying to get one across for Beecher. It was blocked.
That Beecher going to the net. That was Lindgren who picked it out of the air. Saucer pass. Koepke on the right wing side. Tried to get that puck over to Beecher.
Fox behind the Ranger net. Both teams getting changes of ice. DeAndre Miller from the near circle. Pass to the center circle. Carrick will drag it down the left wing side toward the net. And McAvoy rides him.
Yeah, well played
wide.
by McAvoy there.
Both guys go down. And then a spill in the neutral zone as Sacco gets hauled down by Rempe, who's going to take a holding penalty.
You asked if Marchand was a reputation penalty.
There's one for
Want to
Rempe.
ask that again?
Yeah. So at 9:58 to go in a 2-2 game, Bruins are going to the power play when we come back.
He had his hand on Sacco, but I don't know how much of a bearing it had on Sacco going down there.
Sacco kind of spun around and hit a rut. Lost his balance, but
he had his hand on him.
Yeah. Bruins go to the power play next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
With Cox Mobile, you're covered coast to coast, so you can call your friends anytime on that road trip from New York City to LA, even in Franklin, Illinois.
Huh, what if I call from Franklin, Georgia?
Yep, covered.
Ooh, Franklin, Texas?
Uh-huh.
Franklin, Kansas, Missouri, Virginia, Nebraska,
all covered. Cox Mobile runs on the network with more nationwide coverage than T-Mobile and has call quality you can rely on. Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile. Cox Internet required. Comparison based on percentage of area covered by T-Mobile as compared to Cox Mobile from FCC National Broadband Map of US as of 12/31/23. Learn more at cox.com/mobile.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them, the right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com.
Matt Rempe to the box for holding at 10:02 of the third. And the Bruins, in a tie game, will go to the power play. They are 0 for 2 so far with a man advantage tonight.
Rempe, he didn't do a ton there. He did have the free hand on Zacco's, the front of Sacco, and Sacco was a little off balance. But he knows, like, bad situation, right? Bad timing 10 minutes ago.
Puck goes into the far corner of the Rangers zone.
Tie game, third period. It's like timing is...
Right. Pasternak trying to dig it out of the corner. Came to Marchand. Here's McAvoy with a drive, and
it's a good save by
Shesterkin tips it up and out of play.
He pushed off and came way out of his crease that time. McAvoy wasn't able to one-time it. Had to stop it. He didn't stick handle, he didn't dust it off, but he had to stop it. Now, he's walking in a great shooting position. If Marchand could put this on a tee for him, he had to reach a little bit to his right and then try to get the shot away.
Off the face-off, Lindgren will clear it for the Rangers all the way down ice. Korpisalo sets it up for McAvoy. 9.5 to go, minute and a half to go on the power play. Puck left here for Sacco, coming through neutral ice, gives to Lindholm, carries in across the line, dealt into the right corner for Pasternak, worked it back toward Lindholm, out near the blue line, had to reach for it, but got it around Smith, bounces away from Sacco, Smith's clearing effort, held in by Lindholm. McAvoy, over to Marchand on the far side, McAvoy misfired on a pass, Sacco has to come get it out near the blue line, now along the near boards, it's taken by Lindgren in the corner, Lindholm battling to try to win this puck back. Lindgren can't get a stick to it. Marchand comes over and wins it. Pulls it toward the high slot. Took the shot. Save made by Shesterkin.
I think that was blocked by Lindgren.
Cleared all the way down ice.
Either way.
Yeah.
Good shooting positions. Marchand pulled this puck right to the middle of the ice.
There's McAvoy bringing back from the red line. He drives it in. 38 to go on the power play. Pasternak trying to tap it free. Geeky's on. He will tip it toward the corner. Marchand to Pasternak. Trying to get it back to Marchand in the corner. Brings it around behind the net. Toward the near side, it's Poitras, the right circle. Down low for Marchand. Back to Poitras along the hash marks. To Geeky, trying to get that puck into a shooting position. He lost it.
You talk about using the bumper.
Here's a Banajot on a 2-on-1 for Kreider near side, who shoots and scores. The pass got blocked and kicked right over to Kreider anyway. And he beats Korpisalo top shelf to make it 3-2 with a shorthanded goal.
You use the bumper in the offensive zone. but then there's a hesitation of what to do with the puck once you get it there. And then lose the handle, come back the other way. Zibanejad coming down the right. He tries to get it over to Kreider. It's partially blocked off by McAvoy, but it comes to Kreider. And even though he's at a tough angle, almost at the base of the left wing circle, because Korpisalo had played shot initially, it's a long way to go, and he's out of the net. He gets over to his right, but there's space between him and the net, and Kreider finishes it off.
16th of the year for Kreider, his third shorthanded goal of the season.
Got 12 shorthanded goals since, what, 2020-21? I just saw the graphic. Most in the NHL.
Rangers as a team have 9 this year, and the Bruins have now surrendered 8. As the power play is over, teams at full strength. Bruins down a goal with 7:48 to go. Geeky along the far wall inside the Ranger zone. Poitras pushed it toward the corner, takes a hit. Puck moved up the wall. Rempe trying to drag it out of the zone, had it taken away. Coyle throws one towards Shesterkin.
It's a big save Shesterkin had made on McAvoy there.
Fedorov has his pocket picked. Rempe's up the right side here. Lohrei coming over to make the play on him. Zadorov comes over and leaps into Rempe along the far boards. They brought back into the Bruins zone here. Pivoting out near the blue line was Panarin. Dealt it across. Schneider from the far circle sent one through the slot. Panarin's got it back and deals down low. Garrett lost it behind the Bruins net. Lohrei's got it. 7:05 to play as Lohrei skates it out toward the neutral zone. Pass intended for Frederick, redirected by Zibanejad. Kastelik deep against JT Miller on the far boards. Brazo hustling over to try to keep the puck alive, but turned it over. Jones sends one ahead for Zibanejad. Across the line, Panarin with a long shot. Save made by Korpisalo and drops his glove on top of the loose puck.
As Bruins Hockey is brought to you by Timberline Construction, providing truly exceptional service in construction management, pre-construction, design build, and due diligence support. Learn more at timberlineconstruction.com. Timberline Construction, exceptional, no exceptions.
Looking at the replay again, Kreider stopped that puck with his skate and got it back onto his stick for that shot.
I know he's battled a lot of injuries and still can be an effective player.
He's got 5 power play goals this season along with his 3 shorties, but his next power play goal will tie the Rangers all-time record.
He's so good in front of the net.
Here's Zadorov carrying one into the attack zone. Shot finds the back glass. Jones, near side boards looking up ice, goes instead to his deep partner Schneider and pass ahead for Brodzinski, and we get a whistle and an offside here against the Rangers.
Well, it starts with the tough call on Marchand, and the Bruins. I said you got to kill this, and I guess by the book they did kill it, but right. Marchand had just stepped out of the box. It's still 5-on-4 because he's not back in the play. But then you give up the shorthand. That's just. So your special teams hurt you again here today.
Yeah, I mean, you get a chance at the lead in a tie game. It's the latter half of the third period. And instead, you're down a goal. Still 6.5 minutes to play. So the puck comes up the left wing side. Here's Elias Lindholm against Lindgren along the far boards. Lindholm able to bat it down toward the corner for Coyle, who lost his edge. Zibanejad's got the puck. Plays it back toward that far side. Marchand first to it. Bounced off Zibanejad in deep. And it's thrown out of the zone by JT Miller. They're not going to call that? Miller racing up ice. Lohrei will angle him wide of the net. He caught the puck and threw it.
I was watching Kelly Sutherland. He said, oh, no. He just directed it out.
Around the near boards, and it's Lindgren getting it deep. Centering pass looking for Miller. Redirected back toward the blue line. Lindgren will fire it back down low. Panarin trying to get it back toward the slot, but Lohrei took away. 5.5 minutes to go as Coyle will dump one in, but Lohrei was offside, so they will have to peel back, tag up, and the Rangers control the puck in their own zone. Trocheck drops one back to Keandre Miller. Up the right side, Lafreniere. Zadorov got it back, deals for Pete. Up the near side, tipped ahead by Geeky. Borgen comes back to retrieve it from Shesterkin. 5:05 to play. Pasternak off a giveaway near the blue line. Throws one towards Sacco. He pivots away from Borgen along the far circle. Back down low. Picked off by Keandre Miller as Pasternak was going behind the net to retrieve it. Miller going to skate it up into the neutral ice. Pass left side for Lafreniere. Slips around. Peak took a shot. Blocker saved by Korpisalo. Directed out of play. 4:47 to go in regulation. Bruins trailing 3-2 on the road. Here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
With Cox Mobile, you're covered coast to coast, so you can call your friends anytime on that road trip from New York City to L.A., even in, Franklin, Illinois.
Huh, what if I call from Franklin, Georgia?
Yep, covered.
Ooh, Franklin, Texas?
Uh-huh.
Franklin, Kansas, Missouri, Virginia, Nebraska?
Yeah, all covered. Cox Mobile runs on the network with more nationwide coverage than T-Mobile and has call quality you can rely on. Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile. Cox Internet required. Comparison based on percentage of area covered by T-Mobile as compared to Cox Mobile. FCC National Broadband Map of U.S. as of 12/31/3. Learn more at cox.com/mobile.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Timberline Construction is a proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network. With over 2 decades of experience, Timberline delivers exceptional construction management services across New England. From corporate headquarters to academic institutions, their commitment to excellence is unwavering. Explore their recent projects at timberlineconstruction.com. Timberline Construction. Exceptional. No exceptions. Visit timberlineconstruction.com today. timberlineconstruction.com.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
4:47 left here in the third period. Rangers have a 3-2 lead. Bruins led this one 2-1 going into the third. But Trocheck with a goal right after a power play had expired, and then Kreider a shorthanded goal about 6.5 minutes later. And the Rangers up by 1 now inside of the final 5 minutes. Bruins will have a face-off coming up in the defensive zone. This is the last time these teams will play in the regular season. Gotten to know each other pretty well here. All 3 of the meetings have come in the last month and 3 days. Face-off to the right of Jonas Korpisalo. He's faced 22 shots tonight. Bruins have 14 on Shesterkin. Everyone jumps for the drop of the puck. They reset. And Kastelik going to win that face-off. Cooley ended up with the puck on his stick, but Zadorov takes away. He'll skate it up through the neutral ice. Jones, a takeaway just inside the Ranger line, and Cooley will head the other way. Zadorov bearing down on him. He turned with the puck, sent it down the wall. Around the near boards, it'll come to Brazo. Taps it loose here for Frederick. From just inside the red line, try to get it deep. Jones cut that off. Off the near side, Frederick got a stick on it, but Brodzinski gets it, and he sends it across ice and deep into Boston territory as both teams start changing. Brandon Carlo will give one to Pasternak. Coming out of his own zone. That man pass for Sacco. Deep it goes. Fox from the near side of his net. On to Lindgren. And up for Smith. Skates it out across his own blue line from the red line down deep into the left wing corner. Callahan to Carlo at the blue line. Puck jumped over Lindgren's stick. He backs off and plays it from the neutral zone back into Boston territory with 3:43 to go. Pasternak passing ahead for Sacco, cut off by Smith. Lafreniere will bring the Rangers back onto the attack. Callahan dumps him along the far boards. Trocheck out of that right wing corner. They'll play it back toward Lafreniere. And back to Borgen at the point. Around deep. Callahan holds Smith at bay. Pasternak will play it out to the blue line and out of the zone. But Keandre Miller right there for New York. 3:12 left. As it's lifted back deep into Boston territory. JT Miller chasing Lohrei into the far corner. Lohrei bats it out toward the blue line but not out. McAvoy's got it back, taking it from Panarin. Coyle volleys it back toward the Ranger zone. Now here's Marchand trying to get it toward the front, but blocked before it got to Lindholm. It goes out of play.
Fans, check out the upcoming Hardest Working Player of the Week content on 98.5 thesportshub.com Bruins page, brought to you by the Peterson School. The Peterson School is now enrolling for their spring semester in Woburn, Westwood, Worcester, Haverhill, and Turner Falls. Visit petersonschool.com to learn more.
2 minutes and 53 seconds left. Bruins down by 1. Charlie Coyle will take the attack zone face-off against Zibanejad. Rangers win it. Lindgren in front of his own net. Played it toward the near side for Panarin. At the blue line and just outside the zone now, JT Miller. Coyle coming back into the zone ahead of Zibanejad. Lohrei played it off the far glass, neutral ice, but JT Miller drives it back deep. And with 2.5 minutes to go, Lohrei starts it up ice. Pasternak from the red line. Sends it in. Just wide as Shesterkin out in front. It came off the backboards, and Lohrei with a great opportunity. But it hit Shesterkin and back the other way. It shot up and over the net. On the rush the other direction.
Boy, did he misplay that, Shesterkin. That puck off the back wall. He went to go play it. It went back by him in front. Can't tell if he made the save or if Lohrei just kind of missed it.
Korpisalo headed to the bench as the puck deep in the Rangers zone as we tick under 2 minutes to go here in regulation. Sacco pulls it toward the near corner. Carrick picked his pocket, gets it out of the zone. Now Zadorov chasing back toward his own zone with Cooley. Zadorov able to block a Cooley effort to bat that puck toward the empty net. Pasternak will bring it from his own zone up through the red line. Flops one in just wide of the net. Shesterkin wisely stays put this time. Pasternak back to Zadorov, a drive and a stick save by Shesterkin. McAvoy didn't hold that puck at the blue line. He begs to differ. Crowd was looking for the offside, and they got the whistle.
It'll be a timeout for the Bruins. Boy, what an opportunity there on a total misplay by Shesterkin. He made a good save off of Zadorov right there, but the dump in by Pasternak goes off the back wall. Shesterkin's out of the net. And yes, he makes the save on Lohrei coming in on the backhand.
Puck goes underneath him, coming back out through the crease.
Well, he wanted to make sure it didn't hit him and go in, right?
The Bruins use their timeout with 1:24 left, down by 1. Korpisalo will go back in goal here with a neutral zone faceoff coming up. Bruins gathered around assistant coach Chris Kelly right now, working that dry erase board.
Joe Sacco's got some input as well here.
So they'll come out. Well, they've got 6 skaters on the ice right now. They've also got Korpisalo in between the pipes. And now Elias Lindholm skates back over to the bench. Quick chat with Joe Sacco.
Yeah, they're going to have to make a decision here. Either a player comes off or Korpisalo comes off.
Marchand's over chatting with the coaches now and trying to get Korpisalo's attention.
Trying to get his attention.
Yeah.
Get off the ice. Oh, they want him 2/3 of the way, so they got to bring off a player.
Okay.
They don't want him all the way up.
Right.
They want him up
So
the ice.
Korpisalo's going to, okay, so Marchand ducks onto the bench here. Korpisalo will stand between the face-off circles here as they get ready to drop this puck at the
Well, it's going to be a dump in,
attacking
right?
blue line.
It's going to be Lohrei dumping the puck in if they win the draw.
And Sacco does win it. It'll come off a deflection to McAvoy. Deflected dump in. Goes around behind the Ranger net. Fox will shoot it off the far glass.
Korpisalo's out.
Rangers get the clear. McAvoy chasing back toward his own zone. Bearing down on him, Kreider. Forces him back a little deeper with 1:05 to go. Bruins moving from left to right as McAvoy brings ahead to his own blue line. To the red, and down the boards it goes. All the way around to the far side. It'll come back to Lohrei at the left point. Lohrei throws one toward the front. Here's Pasternak going around behind. A stuffer far post, and Shesterkin got there in time. McAvoy from the right wing point. Deals into the corner for Marchand. Back to McAvoy. Over to Lohrei, far side. Pasternak at the left circle. Pivots it down low here for Elias Lindholm at the back of the net. Lindgren able to take it from him, but McAvoy keeps in. 32 seconds left. Lohrei to Pasternak, left circle. Challenged by Trocheck. Centering pass taken away by Lindgren, who shoots, and it's wide of the empty net. Lohrei gets back to draw the icing whistle with 22.3 left on the clock.
Tell you what, just not a very good clearing attempt by Riley Smith, who had the puck down below the goal line, tried to go off the boards. He was not even close to getting out of the zone. Pasternak had that stop attempt. It just kept out by the right skate of Shesterkin, getting there in time. Taking their time now, aren't they? They can't call a timeout, but taking the time to get in the faceoff circle.
22.3 left. Warning to Trocheck. Lindholm wins the faceoff. McAvoy from the right point to Lohrei, far side. Back to McAvoy. Touched it along for Pasternak. Shot blocked by Trocheck, and the puck ricochets out of the zone. McAvoy gathers it up near his own blue line with 8 to go. Pasternak left side for Marchand. His shot redirected wide by Trocheck. It'll come around near side. McAvoy, last-ditch effort. Threw it to the net, tipped wide. And a horn will sound, and the Rangers will celebrate a come-from-behind 3-2 win here on home ice over the Bruins. Boston had a 2-1 lead going to the third, but a de facto power play goal and a shorthanded goal by the Rangers gets them the victory. We'll be back with a recap next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
With Cox Mobile, you're covered coast to coast, so you can call your friends anytime on that road trip from New York City to L.A., even in, Franklin, Illinois.
Huh, what if I call from Franklin, Georgia?
Yep, covered.
Ooh, Franklin, Texas?
Uh-huh.
Franklin, Kansas, Missouri, Virginia, Nebraska,
all
Connecticut.
covered. Cox Mobile runs on the network with more nationwide coverage than T-Mobile and has call quality you can rely on. Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile. Cox Internet required. Compared based on percentage of area covered by T-Mobile as compared to Cox Mobile from FCC's National Broadband Map of U.S. as of 12/31/23. Learn more at cox.com/mobile.
Ready to prioritize yourself in the new year? Your skin is a great place to start. Dime Beauty, founded by a master esthetician, is more than just a skincare company. With 4 skin-conscious categories, skincare, beauty, body care, and fragrance, Dime offers simple, spa-worthy products that will help you enter 2025 with confidence. Whether you're revitalizing your regimen with nourishing products or building one from scratch, Dime makes it easy. The Work System, our all-in-one best-selling routine, includes a cleanser of your choice, toner, serums, and moisturizers, taking the guesswork out of skincare for your healthiest, happiest skin yet. Dime's commitment to clean ingredients and sustainable packaging ensures every product is as gentle on your skin as it is on the planet. With thousands of glowing 5-star reviews and a loyal community, the results speak for themselves. Revive your skin and give yourself the routine refresh you deserve by visiting dimebeautyco.com. That's dimebeautyco.com. Your best skin awaits.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You can help an old lady get across the street, save somebody from choking when they're out to eat. But there's one thing that'll help you the most. It's giving blood while you relax and read the Morning Post. Good karma by the pint. Give blood. Donate blood and then you just might save 3 people's lives and get a season's worth of good vibes.
Visit Rhode Island Blood Center to get your good karma by the pint.
Did you or a loved one serve in the military during the Vietnam era, the Gulf War, Iraq, Afghanistan, or any other combat zone after 9/11? Then you are eligible to directly enroll in VA healthcare. Additionally, veterans who never deployed but were exposed to toxins or hazards while training or on active duty in the United States are also eligible to enroll. Do it today. Call 1-800-MY-VA-411. That's 1-800-MY-VA-411.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. Check out the Honda Civic, Accord, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.9% APR on a 2025 Civic or a 3.9% APR on a 2025 Accord or HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Here's a batted shot on a 2-on-1 for Kreider near side, who shoots and scores. The pass got blocked and kicked right over to Kreider anyway, and he beats Korpisalo top shelf to make it 3-2 with a shorthanded goal. And that turns out to be the game winner as the Rangers beat the Bruins 3-2 tonight here at Madison Square Garden. And a game that the Bruins, certainly did not play their best hockey, but had a lead going into the third period, and unfortunately won't get any points out of this one.
No,
tonight.
Neither team were great in the first period. It got a little bit better, as the game went on and picked up a little bit. But, you've got a 2-1 lead going into the third period. And certainly a call that went against you that was a little lopsided, I thought. Anyhow, I don't, a reputation possible penalty there on Marchand, and Shesterkin help it a little bit. Barely touched him and ends up with a goalie roughing the goalie. Or is that what they called?
That's what they called.
Not even goalie
Right.
interference,
Yeah.
roughing on the goaltender. That's a tough call. And it came right after his penalty expired, the goal by Trocheck on the tip-in. Well-executed play by the Rangers. That ties it up. Okay, they're tied up. All good. Bruins get a power play, and they give up a shorthanded goal. So your special teams cost you a game here today. A game that you weren't at your best, but you're leading 2-1 in the third period, and your special teams cost you a game. Not able to kill the penalty, even though they did, but Marchand wasn't involved in the play. He just stepped out of the box, and then the shorthanded goal is just the killer. So you're not going to have your best every night. You certainly didn't here today, and you still had an opportunity to come out of here with points, and you come out of here with nothing. That's a tough one to swallow. You didn't have really any good scoring chances other than 2 goals you scored in the second period until the third period. Then you had a couple good scoring chances. Right. Kepke missed the net. You had Lohrei with a bad judgment call there by Sorokin, by Shesterkin trying to play that puck, and it bounced past him. McAvoy had a good opportunity on the power play that was stopped by Shesterkin. So you had your chances in the third, weren't able to convert, and you gave up the stuff you gave up on the back. And the shorthanded goal is just a killer, right? You had full possession of the puck in the offensive zone. You used the middle of the ice, and then whether it was indecision or just losing the puck in the middle, all of a sudden the Rangers are going the other way, and they've got a 2-on-1. And it was a broken play because McAvoy partially blocked that pass, but it got to Kreider, and Korpisalo is not able to recover in time and get all the way over to his right and seal off the short side post, and Kreider finishes it. It's a tough one to take. So they made it a 4-game segment, right? Beginning of the week, leading into the Four Nations Cup, where they're going to have 13 or 14 days off. You got one more game against Vegas. Won't be easy. You got Vegas on Saturday afternoon. You win that one, you go 3-1 in your 4-game segment. Okay.
Against 4 decent, pretty good teams.
4 good teams. Twice against the Rangers and Minnesota, best road team in the NHL, and then Vegas. So, you get points, and especially if you win that game, you come out of it feeling pretty good about yourself going into the break. You lose that one, especially in regulation, now you got different feelings going into the break. When you put a premium on the 4 games leading into this break, play them like playoff hockey. Today was not like playoff hockey.
No.
You're going to win different games. You got to win different ways, and they gave themselves a chance to win. This is a tough one to swallow. Those games last week against Buffalo and Winnipeg, they were tough to swallow in a couple different ways, right? Buffalo was just ugly, I thought, and Winnipeg was a decent game where you had a chance to win, and it was a winnable game, and then you had just a complete letdown for 5 minutes there in the third period, and you give up 3 goals. So this one's a little bit different. 2-1 lead going into the third, and you don't finish it. You don't take any points out of here. That's a tough one to take.
Yeah, and you hope that doesn't cost them down the road in the standings, that they didn't get some points out of this one tonight. Time now for tonight's Lexus Amazing Play of the Game. Sacco wins it back to McAvoy, who winds and fires. It goes up off the back glass. Sacco's got it back at Pasternak. One-timer got blocked. Pasternak got it right back and scores! First shot was blocked, came right back onto his stick, and he beats Shesterkin and ties the game at 1. David Pasternak's 28th goal of the year is our Lexus Amazing Play of the Game, brought to you by the Lexus TX. Whether you're the passenger princess, a new set of twins, or even the family dog, everyone travels in luxurious comfort in the Lexus TX. We'll be back to give you the 3 stars and wrap things up from New York coming up on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
With Cox Mobile, you're covered coast to coast, so you can call your friends anytime on that road trip from New York City to L.A., even in, Franklin, Illinois.
Huh, what if I call from Franklin, Georgia?
Yep, covered.
Ooh, Franklin, Texas?
Uh-huh.
Franklin, Kansas, Missouri, Virginia, Nebraska,
all
Connecticut?
covered. Cox Mobile runs on the network with more nationwide coverage than T-Mobile and has call quality you can rely on. Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile. Cox Internet required. Comparison based on percentage of area covered by T-Mobile as compared to Cox Mobile from FCC National Broadband Map of U.S. as of 12/31/23. Learn more at cox.com/mobile.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You can help an old lady get across the street, save somebody from choking when they're out to eat. But there's one thing that'll help you the most. It's giving blood while you relax and read the Morning Post. Good karma by the pint. Give blood. Donate blood and then you just might save 3 people's lives and get a season's worth of good vibes.
Visit Rhode Island Blood Center to get your good karma by the pint.
Hi, I'm Eric Vaden. I'm the agency owner for the Geico local office in Braintree, Massachusetts. Having Cambridge Savings Bank as a partner has given me the runway to build my business the right way with the best talent. Having that personalized service, along with the technology necessary to run my business, has been the biggest advantage to my operation. CSB is the business banking partner that I wanted from the start. I'm not just a number.
Cambridge Savings Bank is proud to support local business owners. Stop by your local branch today. Member FDIC.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
Bruins fall 3-2 here in New York tonight to the Rangers, and the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation's Nourishing Neighbors Initiative sponsors our Feeding the Puck for Families campaign. For every helper on a Bruins goal, they donate another $100 to fight food insecurity with 4 feeds tonight. That's another $400 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. Follow along at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. Time now for our 3 stars presented by Nissan. You deserve a car that thrills you. Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. With a goal tonight, number 3 star goes to the Rangers, Vincent Trocheck. Miller to Brodzinski, a shot. That hit Trocheck. Comes back to Miller. High slot, shot, score! Trocheck redirected on the back door. Just as the power play expired, Marchand is hot and giving the referee what for, but the Rangers have tied it. Trocheck ties it at 5:27 of the third, gets the number 3 star of the night. The number 2 star with a pair of assists tonight, Mika Zibanejad. Around the near boards, popped off the wall. JT Miller brings through neutral ice. One hands one into the Bruins zone. Leaping around Coyle. Got it to Zibanejad. Shot, score! It's Panarin from the right circle. And the Rangers strike first here in the second period. As Zibanejad sets up Panarin at 6:07 of the second for one of his 2 assists on the night, and the number 2 star. And the number 1 star with the shorthanded goal that turned out to be the game winner, Chris Kreider. Here's Zibanejad on a 2-on-1 for Kreider near side, who shoots and scores. The pass got blocked and kicked right over to Kreider anyway. And he beats Korpisalo top shelf to make it 3-2 with a shorthanded goal. Kreider, the Massachusetts native and former BC Eagle, who will be part of Team USA in the upcoming Four Nations tournament, the number 1 star of the night, as the Rangers win it by the final score of 3-2. Officially, both teams go 0 for 3 on the power play tonight, but the Rangers scoring that power play, that de facto power play goal right after Marchand got out of the penalty box, and then also had a shorthanded goal, their 9th of the season and the 8th surrendered by the Bruins this year, which ties for the most in the National Hockey League. The goaltenders, Jonas Korpisalo stopped 19 out of 22 tonight. His record falls to 9-6-2 in 17 starts this season. Igor Shesterkin stopped 15 out of 17 shots he faced, and he improves his record to 18-18-2. For the Rangers, they're now 3 games above the 500 mark, 56 points in 53 games. The Bruins have now played 56 games, stuck at 60 points as they fall to 27-23-6, 4 games above the 500 mark. Now, next up for the Bruins, the final game before the 2-week break for the Four Nations, it will be the Vegas Golden Knights. An old friend, Bruce Cassidy, bringing the Golden Knights to town on Saturday afternoon. Our pregame coverage across the network will get things underway at 3 o'clock with a face-off expected to be somewhere around 3:45. And maybe a few minutes after that, depending on how the national TV coverage goes on Saturday. But that is what we are expecting and looking forward to in that final game for the next couple of weeks. That'll wrap things up now for Madison Square Garden, where the Rangers win it again by the final score of 3-2. Our thanks back into our studio back in Waltham and our executive producer, Jeremy Connolly. Mike Carigliano, I get a thumbs up on that. Our engineer tonight here in the booth. And for Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. Thanks for being with us, and have a great night.
Boston Bruins hockey is driven by the stylish Honda Accord, available at your local New England Honda dealers. Bruins are brought to you by VA New England, Granite City Electric GCE Night Train, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Coors Banquet, your New England Ford dealers, Live Nation, Peerless Boilers, Safety Insurance, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over, the Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
And by Town Fair Tire, TD Bank, your Boston area Nissan dealers, Charles D. Sheehy, Ticketmaster, Dairy Queen, McGovern Auto Group, Hub International New England, Timberline Construction, the Peterson School, your Eastern Region Lexus dealers, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Bruins hockey is a presentation of the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. From the Town Fair Tire Studios,
This is your home for every Patriots game.
Looking to the end zone, trying to keep the play alive. Falling down, he throws to the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown!
WBZFM at HD Boston. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Beasley Media Group station.
McAvoy gathers it up near his own blue line with 8 to go. Pasternak left side for Marchand. His shot redirected wide by Trocheck. It'll come around near side. McAvoy, last-ditch effort. Threw it to the net, tipped wide. And a horn will sound, and the Rangers will celebrate a come-from-behind 3-2 win here on home ice over the Bruins. Boston had a 2-1 lead going to the third. A de facto power play goal and a shorthanded goal by the Rangers gets them the victory.
That was a tough one for the Bruins. Tough one tonight. I have a lot of thoughts on this game. There's been a lot going on tonight. I'll set the table for you right now. It's like we're gonna have like a little afternoon, little evening, little delight right now. We'll react to the Bruins loss that you just heard here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. They fall tonight to the Rangers 3-2 after leading 2-1. They gave up 2 goals, a power play and a shorty. Jonas Korpisalo got the start tonight. I questioned the move. I don't think he's the reason why they lost, but could he have had that shorty? And could they have won 2 in a row? And that's my big takeaway from the loss. You had a great game last night, a shutout. You scored 3 goals. You shut the team out that you played. And now you're going to play a team that you are at least battling for a playoff spot with. And you leaned on your goaltending, which was your strength for years. You went to Korpisalo tonight. You lost. You lost your composure. You lost your edge. You lost on the road in the third period. Like, you don't, this just shows that there is a different path. And Don Sweeney did talk today on the broadcast tonight. We'll read you some of the quotes coming up on that. But this is who the Bruins are. They'll show you that they can beat a team 3-0 at home and get a shutout. And then the next night, show you that they can have a 2-1 lead heading into the third period, give up a power play goal, and then a shorty and lose the game. Like, this is who the Bruins are this year. And I'm sorry, but the identity's gone of using both goaltenders and having strong goaltending every night. Again, don't want to blame Korpisalo for tonight. Him giving up 3 goals, that's who he is. But when you turn the puck over in the shorthanded goal, the guy's left out on an island. I almost wonder if Swayman could have had that. I really do. And the reason why I'm being so critical about this is you could have played Swayman on back-to-back nights. You're off until Saturday when you play Vegas. You could have played Korpisalo in that game. Therefore, you could have given Swayman Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and right into the Four Nations. So that's what I would have done. But instead, they went Korpisalo, and they lost. And I question it. This team does not deserve any passes. We should be critical of all their decisions. And that's one I'm on. They've lost that identity of putting out the goaltending every night, no matter who you throw out there. Here's another one. What's Sacco doing, leaving the same guys out on the power play? Of course they got gassed and they gave up a shorty. Bing, bang, boom. Yep. Stretches guys a little too thin on a back-to-back. Absolutely valid. Absolutely. So we'll set the table tonight. Bruins lose. A blockbuster trade in the NBA, which we'll tell you coming up in a minute here. How does it affect the Boston Celtics? Does the NBA trade deadline affect the Boston Celtics? The Patriots have announced their new coaching staff. Malcolm Butler today talked about why he didn't play in the Super Bowl, or at least told us why. I think I've heard him say this before. But the Chief Pete, if it happens on Sunday, could it have happened for the Patriots, the 3-pat? I think so. We'll get into all that. The final hour of the program. Skaz is here. We got Trent, our intern, helping us out tonight as well. We got an hour to go. Let's get the headlines. We'll tell you all the big news that's happening right now.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports.
He scored! What a blast by Pasternak! Holiday spree. Good night!
WBZFM and HD Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group Station. Sports Hub headlines.
All right, well, the Bruins will start there. They had a 2-1 lead heading in the third period and gave up a power play and a shorty. They lose 3-2. It's hard to watch. They blew it, played well all night long. The final game before the Four Nations break will be against Vegas on Saturday. A blockbuster trade in the NBA. Jimmy Butler going from Miami to the Golden State Warriors. Miami will receive Andrew Wiggins in a first-round pick. Butler opted out of his $52 million option next year and agreed to a new 2-year, $121 million extension with the Warriors. The Celtics made a trade today, sending Jaden Springer to Houston for a future second-round pick. We mentioned the NBA trade deadline is tomorrow. Some other moves, Chris Middleton going from Milwaukee to Washington for Kyle Kuzma. Daniel Tice on the move to Oklahoma City. And the NFL, the first injury report for the Super Bowl, Jalen Carter listed as limited with an illness. And they also announced, the NFL, that they'll be playing a home game or a game in Australia in 2026. Right? Headlines, they are brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. I'm Joe Murray. Your next update in 30 minutes.
Boston's best sports talk. There's an app for that. Download the Sports Hub app for loads of stuff. Absolutely free. Connect with the shows, get
out to him. Bruins lose 3-2. You can react to it if you want. It's just disappointing. It's disappointing. But I know what you guys want to talk about. Jimmy Butler out in Miami, going to Golden State. How about that? Golden State was looking for a veteran, and they found it. Jimmy Butler was upset with his time. Actually wanted to somewhat come back, and then finally the trade happened. I mean, this is a blockbuster. The deadline's tomorrow. And I know that there was a lot of things that happened to this, but the story is Jimmy Butler is now a Golden State Warrior. The Warriors closed the deal. Kevin Durant said no. He did not want to become a Warrior.